Caution, yellow flag.
All right, folks. All right, while we're live here, I'm going to go to commercial break here really quick. We'll be back to get you caught up. But I'm going to go adjust everything down where we're now live, and I'll be right back. Did it finally just kick on? All right, we are back. Sorry about that, folks. We had a production issue over at Redline, but we got it ironed out, and I think we're okay. I think we're good. That's what I'm doing too. I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened. We were kind of preoccupied trying to get it up. You know, good job, Mettler. Everybody give Matt Mettler a round of applause. Yay, golf clap. All right. So it's Chris out front leading just to catch everyone up. We had a heck of a start of this race. They were all over each other for the first, 15 laps? Yeah. And then the tire wear finally started to get to them just a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely wild, in my opinion, to what we see going forward. So he just kind of lost it, went around. Well, extended. Yeah, what about that? He was leading the race, folks, and his pedals went, nope, I'm out. Yep. So here we go. We're coming back to green. We'll get you off the extended cam.
Green
get back to normal. Let's go. Back underway here tonight. Here we go. Field back at it. I don't believe so neither. Davis. Taking a look at the scramble mid-pack. Here we go. That's the 19 right, or the 38 right there up top. Man, they're going to spread out all the way around this racetrack, man. There's still three. Oh, boy, there's still three wide right here mid-pack. That's a Gene right there, along with Joseph Lester. Matt L. Cox there all together. Oh, big stack up, the two up the hill. Hang on to it, boys. Don't do anything too crazy. I'm preaching. I'm hoping they pick up on what I'm putting down. Come on, don't do that crap. Uh-oh. Yep. There must be wrecking behind them. I'm getting a hold of Matt because my connection still to YouTube's not greatest and it's messing with me. But we're still rolling. That's the 29 up top. Trying to roll forward. So yeah, look at Tyler trying to move back to the bottom. Davis there as well. Yep. Oh, yep. Yellow's out. And hang on, I'm going to kill All right, what about now? Is it back now? Yep. All right, cool. I redirected some stuff. I've got some weather rolling in too to mix up in this fun times that we're having. So back at you. So Davis out front, Hunter in second, Knopf there as well. You talked about that trouble that happened there. What do you think the mindset's going to be now that we've had two early yellows? Yeah, he's just gonna call it quits. Yeah, he's probably done. Keep it up updated on that one. Coming to green. This time by 29 on the board of 30 green in the air. Let's go. Nice job. Tyler back in line here, back up to speed. So if you're the top 10, 15, 20 cars, I think you just get in line and you try to ride for a while, right? I love how I love how I use the ride language and you're like, nope, they're not gonna do it. Mm. Right to the bottom, 30 on the board. Right? Yeah, it pretty much is at this point, right? You talk about trying to just be cool and calm and collected, but it doesn't seem that it goes that way very well, does it? No, it doesn't. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he pulled out of it, right? He lifted early as he could. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. They're dancing around back there right behind them. Sorry about that, but they got dancy in a hurry. Davis continuing. There's Joseph as well. Take a look. If he can do it, right? If he can do it. Joseph, Chris, nice and easy does it. Man. It, how did Mac? He's done it like 4 or 5 times, right? But it just doesn't seem to stick. Yeah. Now the decision of how do you handle it, right? Like as you move forward with this race, we know they have different setups. Does different setups kind of lend itself to different racing strategies? Yeah, and that's the thing. If he moves up the track, what happens then? Man, can he get the run? Can he do it? Nope, not gonna be enough. Matt's like, you might not do it, but I'll do it. Oh, whoa! A head of steam, a bump. I was on board there with Cox while that happened, and you just saw that outside lane surge right up to the back bumper. Yeah, Joseph Lester continuing to lead. Look at this, Virginia boy's in the booth, and Virginia boy leading right now. Yeah, he's in Damascus, not too far. Mm. Cox right to the bottom. Big crossover. Wow, big crossover. Yeah. Nope. 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 Don't do it. Yeah. So he's in command, right, and doing what you need to do that. And I don't want to jinx it, but I kind of feel like we're going to start to get into a longer run scenario here. Yeah. Oof. Well, still yet, can you still play the game and get away though, even if you're on the same set? You can't just ride there and draft them up to you, right? Dude, that thing looks amazing. It's me a Smokey and no Smokey and the Bandit. What about Smokey and the Bandit? That, but Smokey and the Bandit kinda. Man, that thing looks sweet. It does look good, and they're starting to kind of get everything wound down here. Remember, it was the early incidents that kind of mixed everything up. Right.
And he had to go to the inside, and I looked at his telemetry, and the car was at 300 RPM, so he had no throttle, no brake. He had steering, but they
No
got back
throttle,
going,
no
and he's
brake.
rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. If you can just get back going and get back in the fight, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, he got lucky. He was able to keep rolling. He didn't lose a lap, and it appeared that he got back connected somewhere about right before the pit road entry, and then a caution come out. So he got lucky, and he's got that thing rolling, and he's looking good. He's like he's moving on up through there.
Eric out of Newport News, Virginia, back here. That's a battle back in the pack a little ways here. If you're driving one of these cars, you do more driving than I do. How hard is it to get these cars to maneuver around in the pack like?
Well, it's different for every track. I mean, you can pretty much this track has enough grip, and this car has enough downforce where you're able to maneuver it everywhere. But the thing of it is where those other cars where the draft and the draft lock plays such a big effect that there may be a car where you want it to go.
Right.
The car maneuvers great. You can take this thing pretty much anywhere you want to go.
It's just, yeah, if there's a car there.
You're at the limits of the cars around you, basically.
All right. Oh, whoa. A couple cars sideways back here off of 2. That was Eric that was in the mix. Tyler Hunter falling back. Bobby Dennis here. Bunch of these cars just about went around mid-pack here.
Yeah, Tyler Hunter's really faded in this early run here.
And Bobby Dennis just got the wall out of turn 4. He smacked it pretty hard. He's going to drop like a rock.
Yep. And we're coming to a stage crossing. It looks like pit road's closed right now, so we're getting ready to come up on a stage break.
So we will come to stage here tonight. 45, and it looks like Matt L. Cox could grab the stage win here.
It appears like he's got stage 1 just wrapped up nicely here.
45 this time. Oh, wall. Don't do that. Smack that wall pretty hard.
Yeah, right now in this stage, Matt Cox is putting on a clinic. But he better not look too fast because Tony Maring has definitely been able to stay with him.
Here comes Tony. On board with Tony. Can Tony get to him to end that here tonight? Let's see.
Yep, they're coming to the stage here right now, and Tony's he's gonna pack it down into 3 and 4, but he's not gonna have enough. He'll get to his bumper, but he's not gonna be able to get around him. Matt Cox is gonna win stage 1.
Yep, Cox going to come through. Matt Cox going to win stage 1.
Yellow flag is out.
There you have it. Wow. All right. Well, before we have pit stop here, we'll get them caught up. What do you say we go thank our partners real quick and come back for pit stops in stage 2?
Sound like a great idea.
We'll be right back, folks. Now that everything is
research myself. All right.
Right back at you, ready to go. Stage one gonna wrap up here tonight. Ready to roll, 50 on the board. Well, first stage in the books, man. What do you think?
I'm excited to see what the next stage holds. Like I said, these guys definitely diced it up a little bit more than what I thought.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
It was. And I fully expect that will be the same way right now, coming back to green. I got to step away from a second, and I'll be right back.
All right, one of us is gonna step away, the other one gonna bring you to green here tonight. It'll be lap 49 of this 200 lap affair, 150 to go. Again, if you're just joining us here tonight, stage just wrapped up. And we are ready to go. We'll see what we get for the next 200 or about 150-ish lap. Ready to go. Lights are on. Let's do it. Coming to green. Rob out front, bringing them to green right now. Green flag will fly.
Green, green, green.
Green is out. Let's go. Big push up top. Here we go. Back up the speed. Let's do it. Everybody up front. Double file right now. That's Joseph. That's Chris right there. That's Chris Davis, the 22 out of shape. Oh boy, up the hill. Hang on. Ricky Bobby, don't wreck it. Oh, that was tight. Down the back straightaway. 50 done here tonight. That's going to be Chris out front. He's in the lead right now. 4 wide behind them. Watch out. They're coming off of 4. You don't have a lot of running room, boys. That is 4 wide, 3 wide now. 50 on the board of 200. Nice job. Hudson. Chris. Hanging on, working our way through. 1 car in the wall. Down the back straightaway. Here we go. Hodson continuing to lead the charge right now. Hodson. Oh, Ricky Bobby. Here we go. 50 200 complete. Oh, car in the wall, and that's Tyler. No, it wasn't Tyler. 1 in the wall right there. He'll keep it straight. Nice job, hanging tight right now. Field 51 on the board.
I made it back.
Made it back.
Yep. The sim world takes no break.
Yes, sir, and we're right back at it here. 51 complete, and right now, Hunter continuing to hang on out front, buddy. Hunter.
Yeah. Let's see who's that.
Cody B right there with him.
Robert Bissau. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. I seen the 6 car up there, and I'm like, who exactly is that? I'm not familiar with that name, but Tyler Hunter's made it back up to 4th.
Yes,
And he's
sir.
looking for 3rd. Now, let me tell you something.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, we got a wreck on the back stretch. Oh, the 35 car around. Joseph Lester.
Ah. Don't freak out there for a second while we load in other cars, but Joseph. Yeah, I'm having the same problem you had, and I don't know how to fix it.
What's that, learning people's names?
No, it's doing the same thing where it only loads in X amount of cars.
Oh, Joseph Lester. So you're not loaded into iRacing?
Oh, I'm in iRacing, but it's only loading X amount of cars.
Ah, okay.
It's
Yeah,
doing
well,
that thing.
I think that's an iRacing issue, and I've got a guy that I'll talk to, and we'll see if we can get that ironed out. Can't do it right now, but I know a guy.
Just got turned around and there he disappeared, but there we have it.
I know a guy that might be able to help us out.
Yeah. You know, I used to not have that. Not
I didn't
like,
either. It's just come up in the last couple updates.
Yeah. and it'll go away, right? And then it'll come back.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Man, just looking back at Joseph Lester, looks like about two things happened at once right there.
Yeah, he just kind of got bebopped around.
It did, and then there was some bumping going on below him too, but it looks like that got sorted itself out.
Lights go off. Here in a moment. Well, that was quite hectic.
And what I was getting ready to talk about is somebody that snuck into the picture that let's see here. Cody Johnson in the 57. But it's got 80 on his car, so that was messing there. 08 on his car, that was messing with me a little bit there.
Yeah, he does have a weight on his car. You're right.
He does. That was what was messing with me. I'm like, I know that's Cody. And
He's got it. He's got it Sim stamped.
yeah. Well, I know who he is, and everybody else is getting ready to know who he is because Cody's fast. That API powered machine has come to the front. He is always a factor in this league.
Yeah, that's interesting. Jeez, this is going to be wild.
What's that?
The way this is going to turn out here tonight.
Yeah, it is.
I get a feeling in my bones.
Well, and I'll tell you something about this league. There is a lot of good competition in here. And there's a lot of guys that don't race A open in here that don't have extremely high I ratings, but are very good race car drivers and are very competitive at this thing.
Well, that's the old debate, right? Does I rating matter?
Yes and no.
I've always thought no, in my opinion.
I think it's a yes and no. I think if you're an unknown to a league, I rating does matter. Somebody wanting to come in here and they see a 4,000 or 5,000 I rating, they at least know you're not wrecking every race. But
on the flip side, though, you get a 600 guy in here that only runs leagues and whoop the deal.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. You will catch those, and there was a race last night that me and Metler covered, and there were some lower I rating guys in there that, man, they were no joke.
I like your diplomatic answer, yes and no.
It is diplomatic answer, isn't it? Because that is a reality. We're both right in those situations. It does matter. But now, if you look at a guy's record and he runs a lot of races, official races, and he's got a 600 I rating, yeah, you definitely don't want that guy in your league. So you can use I rating for sure. I think it depends on the person. Like I say, if you see a guy that doesn't race a lot of officials, but he does a lot of league racing, you gotta have somebody vouch for him though, because you really don't know otherwise. You're ready to come to green here. Matt Cox still with the lead, and
looks like they're going to wave it off.
Wave it off. Waving it off.
Wave it off. We'll get back to ready to go to green here.
Somebody didn't like something, did they?
Nope. Some admin somewhere did not like something.
Let's just hold it off. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green next time by.
Let's see. So you got what? Cox out front. Besaw there. Johnson there. Hunter there. Davis there.
Besaw.
Sounds like you're running that chainsaw.
I know. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Nice looking race car there. Reminds me of some Mark Martin type stuff. In fact, that 6 is the Mark Martin font from the late 90s.
Yeah, well, that reminds me of running a chainsaw really well. Now the question is it a steel chainsaw? Question mark.
I don't know.
I love how we automatically go to steel.
Well, that's usually the one people go to, isn't it? I'm not a big chainsaw fanatic. So I don't know a whole lot about them. until a tree falls in the backyard. But I do know
Then,
steel's a good one.
then you find out, don't you?
Then you find out. Then the guy you pay way too much money to come do it, which I say way too much money. He's worth every penny when you need him there. But it's like, good God, I could have done that if I had a chainsaw for, you know,
A lot
it's
less.
worth. It's a lot less.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I don't know what a chainsaw costs.
It goes to the pawn shop and grab one for $8.
That's right.
Lights are off. Let's do it.
Face cars in.
All right, it's going to be Cox leading, coming to green. Matt L. Cox leads, green flag in the air. 57
Cody Johnson
here tonight.
following him away.
Are we ready? We are ready. Let's see if we're ready for turn one. Are we going to be ready? Possibly. 3 wide.
Like we made it to, and Kobe Johnson is just goes straight for the lead off of turn 2 on Matt Cox. He gets the high run and just makes a big run to the outside.
He just made a beeline for that race lead.
He did. Now Matt Cox is gonna have a bottom here, and I feel like nope, there he goes. It bad. Either Cody was just too strong, or Matt Cox just said, "I'm just gonna let you go."
I wonder if Cox got tight.
He might have. Sitting here looking to see when the last time he was on pit road too. He's got 10 laps on his tires, and Cody's about the same way. They pit on the same. They've got now 11 laps on their tires, both of them.
There's 76 there as well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that's tight mid-pack. 3 wide. They'll hang on to it.
Cody picked a good time to sneak away with a lead there because he's left a disaster behind him.
Could have been a lot worse, but they did a nice job. Man, they make me wince every time they come out of turn 4. They're right against the fence as they exit turn 4.
And you kind of got to do that, especially if you're on the if you're like the mid second or third lane. You're going to have to ride that fence. Now, if you're able to wrap the bottom, you can kind of. I mean, these cars, let's face it, don't have little to no horsepower. They barely qualify as a race car to begin with because of the lack thereof of horsepower. But if this thing had 1,000 horsepower, you'd take it all the way up to the wall. But these things, 550 and 600 horsepower, they can kind of pin down on the bottom and keep moving.
Hell, some street cars are more power than that.
Oh yeah, It's an embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. But you know what? They didn't ask me.
There's the 66 rolling the bottom. Tight. Oh man, 3 wide. And if they, I think if we had more horsepower, you would see less of the 3 wide stuff.
You would, because you would have. Sorry, I seen the 66 get into the 76 there, and I thought we was about to have a wreck. You would, because I mean, there's the cars aren't as draft locked for some reason at that high horsepower. They can get away. The guy on the bottom is able to throttle off, and it depends on the way the tires were. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's got to be frustrating for a driver, right? You get clear, but you can't get going.
It's extremely frustrating, but at the same time, the guy on the outside, if you're that person, it's almost hilarious to keep that guy back. But he's the one messing up, because if you got a guy inside of you who's faster and you're going to sit on their outside, you're going to burn your tires up. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if I'm inside a guy that's doing that, all I got to do is be patient. I mean, like, okay, if he's going to hang out there, I'm just going to stay right here inside him, and I'm going to make him burn his crap up. But you got to be patient.
You're going to make him wish.
You'll get the last laugh.
Oh, 1 car in the wall there. They were tied off of 2. They made it work. That was William Knopf that really went up high, really used the top 5. He pinched it against the fence, but somehow, some way kept the momentum.
He did, cutting it close, wasn't he? Now the 6 cars dropped back to 7th place. And you got some guys. You've got some usual suspects that are easing their way up through here.
Oh, whoa! Contact here, the 66 and 01. This is gonna be big. They hang on.
They made it through it.
Wow. I thought for a second we was about to have a big one.
Give me 4 tires and a pair of underwear.
And some and some underwear, and some drinks, and yeah, what,
And all of the above.
you know, a joint.
The 76
might be
car,
helpful.
Sean Anderson's starting to make his way into the top 5 here. He's starting to look at the 23 car here, but these both EPI power cars, so they might kind of stick together here for a little bit. We'll see.
Oh boy, 2 and 3 wide through the pack. We're on board with a couple of them. Shows you how intense it is through the pack. What do you do with a Kit Kat bar? Man. Meanwhile, up front, the person is not stressed out. Cody B right now.
Cody is not stressed at all. He's just kind of letting them do their thing behind him. And I'll be honest with you, the first, second, probably the 4th place car right now, they're not stressed at all. They're just kind of riding. Doesn't look like Matt. And I know Matt Cox. For the most part, he's going to stick to the bottom and he's going to ride. Matt is a very predictable driver. And what I mean by that is, you know what he's going to do. He's going to ride the inside. He's not going to burn his stuff up. And you always can predict he's going to be there at the end.
On the board, Cody B continuing to lead. Cody B being the B right now.
That's right. He's got command of this thing for now.
And believe it or not, man, we're almost halfway through this race.
It is. The laps are clicking off quick here. I'm trying to figure out when the next stage break's going to be. Guessing lap 90, 100.
Somewhere in there, it was posted there somewhere. Let me go look real quick to double check it.
Because it's going to matter in the strategy here with this thing.
Yeah, we are getting down to it. Like, yo, grab that up. Lap 120.
Lap 120. So we got a little ways.
A little ways, about halfway through the stage.
Yep.
But
Coming
what's
up.
interesting about that, when we do get that stage break at lap 120, and by the time we go back green, we've got, what, going to be 80-ish to go?
Yeah, you got 80 laps to go. And I'm looking at this track tip. We still at 118 degrees track tip. You can fry an egg on this surface out here. Imagine what those tires are going through.
Looking at Will. Man, nice job by these guys. Holy crap, Will was there. Will was there, bud.
He is making a move to the outside.
And no.
Cody just, well, here we go. He's still hanging on the outside, and Cody's going to clear.
That was not clearing. That was more I'm coming up.
Yeah.
And you're going to let.
Sometimes you just got to lift. Sometimes you just got to let it happen.
Because the problem there is if William gets pinched into the outside wall, kills the front of that car, next thing you know, that car is slow, right? Like,
yeah.
We don't have a.
And William led the last lap.
So he did get scored the leader.
He did.
He snuck up on us.
He did. He stuck one in on us there, and I don't.
John Anderson, I wonder if we're getting at that part of the run where the guys are starting to try to figure out what they need to do strategy-wise here.
Well, they've got to be, and it looks like these EPI cars are all moving forward. We got a new player on the block on cars and setups is the CFM. I don't know a lot about them. I don't run their stuff, so I can't say that they're fat, whether how they drive. But one thing's for sure, they've been fast and they open. And the number, what number car is that? I can't really tell. The behind Sean Anderson. Who is that?
Grabbing him for you. That is Tyler Hunter.
Yeah, Tyler Hunter. Sorry, I keep getting my names mixed up. I'm gonna learn everybody's name. The one thing is for sure.
God, that number is hard to see. Gee.
It is. And one thing's for sure though, those cars are fast right now, so you can't take nothing away from them.
I need to put my reading glass. Oh, whoa, William. Oh, whoa. William just about went for a ride. I'm going to put my reading glasses on to see that car number, by the way.
Yeah, I had to look in there. I had to switch screens there to figure it out myself, and I done said his name several times. But now Sean Anderson, he's, like I said about these EPI guys, they're starting to look alive right now.
EPI's
76 in second.
what I do know about EPIs, their setups tend to come on late, usually. I've noticed that a lot, especially the super late models.
Which is
So,
good for this league because there tends to be long green flag runs.
yeah, if it's anything like the super late model pets that they produce, they're going to be long run race cars.
That's right. Now, one thing about Matt Cox is he's a long run driver, so whether it's a short run setup, Matt's one of those guys that can get the best out of it for the long run. So I kind of think he's just kind of riding around back here because everybody else is slipping around, and Matt's just got that thing pinned to the bottom.
We got a lot of cars wiggling here off of 2 now. We can tell that the rear tires are starting to go away on some of these race cars.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys at 25 laps on their tires and at 118 degrees, they're slippery and slimy.
Well, how far do you think they'll go on tires here? Will it be run the fuel out or pump tires?
I think they're going to run the fuel out, and give me a second on the math here because I think it's somewhere around 40 to 50 laps.
Yeah, I would agree with you type to that number.
But as bad as these things are handling, I feel like if somebody were to come down pit row on lap 35, you're going to see everybody follow them.
The last time by, they ran a 39.84 for the leader. That's about a second off his fastest lap of the race. And big move here. Here comes Anderson.
Got a battle for the lead. Sean Anderson wants the lead.
And he's underneath, and he's going to clear.
And he's got it. He's got it. And what a run he got down the front stretch.
He just set that car and went.
He did.
Oh, stacking up behind them. We'll get a camera on them. Man, there we go.
Oh, Matt Cox is
he's
wrecking.
Oh, he's done. Oh, the 32 hard in the wall.
Matt Cox hard into the inside wall.
Oh, my good googly moogly. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I believe he is probably done.
You know, I believe in Joe Hendry, but I also believe that car's toast.
I do too.
Oh.
One of the fastest cars, led the most laps in this race, may be done.
If anybody else out there gets the Joe Hendry reference, I appreciate it.
Joe Henry Thurman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reference it. I don't know exactly what you're referencing, but I know Joe Henry.
For my wrestling fans out there, they'll pick it up. Pick up what I'm putting down. Well,
You talking about the race car driver?
no, I'm talking about the wrestler, man.
I think of Joe Henry. We had a race car driver named Joe Henry Thurman.
Oh. Well, that car's killed. There's no way around that.
Gotta be.
Well, he is not going to be happy.
No, he's not. I'm gonna go back and look and see what happened here. Like I said, one of the best cars all day. He's just minding his own business, it looks like, and he gets taken out by somebody. Let me look back on this. Matt may have lost it on his own. Oh no, he got a little loose in the 23 car just got into him when he checked up. There's nothing the 23 could do to stop.
Let's take a look. Up the hill, gets hit, clipped, yep, and I believe in the inside wall.
All right, and still, Matt's going down pit road, looks like he's upset, so he may be done.
Yeah, I don't think that car is fixable, man.
I don't think that car's fixable. It's just about Matt's look on things. And it's idling at 1,800 RPMs. The 32 is done.
1,800, what's it? Oh my, it made it 2,000 normally. Something like that, 2001. Wow.
Yeah.
One of the fastest drivers here. By far one of the fastest drivers here tonight, now out.
Yep. That's tough. Hold on, I'm
Mark.
checking some radio traffic here.
Are they yelling at each other?
No.
Oh, always gonna have
Yeah.
a fight. I was about
They're
to
going to
say.
give Matt a penalty, but
I mean,
okay. Yeah. So, um,
lay it on me.
anyways, Matt Cox come down pit road and he stayed in the left-hand lane, and that's against the rules in most leagues. Uh, and
Can I
Chris
paraphrase?
Cloud, the race director, said that there's going to be a penalty for what he done. I haven't
Right.
said that. He said, Matt, you're going to have a penalty for staying in the left-hand lane going through all the pit boxes. And Matt said, I believe my penalty is having a wrecked race car. So, Matt definitely upset.
Well, that's
Yeah, and I think that was just circumstances. I don't think that there was any, other than the fact there's been a lot of wrecks anyways and stacking them up. We'll see what Matt's got going on. Definitely the race is not over. But as I said, when I looked at his in car, I seen the thing idling at 1,800 RPMs. That's, unless something's messed up, I'm not,
Matt.
seeing the right thing. That's not good.
He's like penalty. Huh? What does that matter?
Yeah, what does that matter? That thing's done.
Might as well load it on the trailer.
Yeah, they didn't. This is a big race. This league, they're going to race for points here. So Matt's probably going to stay out, and try to collect as many points as he can. At this point, he'll probably get 3 or 4 more cautions to try to fix as much damage as he can. Definitely have another caution coming up at lap 120. So,
Would you literally have something like that happen early or late?
depending on the type of damage, I don't know.
I mean, he's
I
got what 120 laps to go here. As we come
It
to
depends
Germany.
on how you look at it. For me, I'd be like, you know what? If it happens early, I can get off here and go do something else. But if some people think, well, at least I made it through the whole race without something happening. We were racing for the win at the end or something. I don't know.
That's a interesting debate. I'm kind of on the fence.
I'm kind of on the fence too, but. And there we go. We got one wrecking on the inside of the backstretch. Will it bring out a caution?
So far, not. We're still green.
Still green.
We got them battling up front. I'll let you check in on the car that wrecked.
Yeah, he got back going. I couldn't tell who it was. It was kind of a bluish colored car.
80 on the board here tonight, and we're back to full song. So we still got a ways to go before the stage break.
We do, and I gotta think that's where, Matt Cox is hoping for a wreck here real quick to see if he can assess the damage. But I got a feeling the engine's hurt on that thing. But you know what? Jeff Carson's back going, and see how many laps Jeff Carson's down. Jeff Carson's 4 laps down, and I know we got a lucky dog there, so he's trying to battle his way back.
Yeah, what position is showing him in right
Matt Carson is in P36, 4 laps down.
now? You can pick up some, pick up a little bit, right, if you do it right here. And that's going to be the catch. Can you pick up enough to make it worth it, right? If you can pick up enough, right, you can kind of gain back what you lost theoretically.
Well, you got to have the cooperation of the cars around you. They got to wreck.
Yeah.
So, I've had situation where I've had a great race car, and I've gotten a wreck, and fought to get the damage fixed and get back on the lead lap, and finally, late in the race, I'm back in this thing. I get the caution falls right. I'm back on the lead lap. Drop the green flag with a shootout to go, and then get totaled again.
Oh boy, they're stacking up.
I mean,
they're stacking up the race lead as well. They're all over each other up here.
they are.
And we've got pretty much everybody left rolling right now, don't we?
It looks like everybody's rolling. I can tell. Let me look down through there and see if anybody's quit. Look like the 81 of Ryan Samuelson is retired. in the 22 of Tane Hodison has retired.
We got what, 34 left rolling. Oh, 3 wide. Big send under William. Big send. Big send. Big time send.
Cody's like, y'all just keep doing it back there. I'll be fine.
Wow, that was a sendy send.
Yeah, it was.
Here we go with Virginia words here. Here we go. Nobody's gonna
We
know
just make stuff up as we go.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know what we're talking about. Oh, big wiggle. Big time wiggle out of fifth here. And it's so hard to lead these leaders because they're all over one another right now.
They are, and you kind of think that the 76 and 08 might be trying to work together a little bit, just trying to push.
Sorry about that. We about had contact a little bit further back with Gene. They held on to it.
These track temps, man, and look at this. We've had a breakaway. We've had a 7-car breakaway for the lead. That's a little unusual, but boy, I can tell you, if I'm in that front pack, I love it.
Yeah, but they're racing really hard in this front pack.
You ain't wrong.
They ain't made the decision to back off like I thought they would.
I think they know they got a stage break coming up. They figure they can just run this thing out. But I'm going to tell you, we're going to be close to being able to run this thing out on this set of tire and fuel.
Very interesting, isn't it? It really is interesting.
It's going to be close. I wished I knew how many laps they were getting.
We've got shenanigans mid-pack. Oh, boy, car in the wall. Here we go.
Car in the wall back there.
2 of them in the wall, 3 of them in the wall, 4 of them as well, the 88 involved. Well, shenanigans ensued.
What a wreck. What a cluster in the back. I see the 88, 36, the 5. All destroyed.
Oh, and isn't that what our guys wanted deeper in the field?
They definitely wanted, especially Matt Cox and Jeff Carson. And Jeff Carson probably, yep, there it is. Jeff Carson gets the lucky dog. So Jeff Carson 3 laps down now. I could jump over and see how much change radio channels to see what, Matt Cox damage looks like.
So now if you're Matt Cox, what does that mean?
You uncheck the tires and you come in there and fix the max amount of damage. Hope for the best.
85. And that was a little bit of a wild ride for some cars.
It was. It was a heck of a little wreck.
Well, we will try to get a replay here.
There seems to be some discontent on the radio. A lot of finger pointing going on down here, and I don't think this is too popular of a caution, to be honest with you.
Well, so I'm not really surprised.
No, I'm not either. But again, this car lends itself to this. I think that's why NASCAR and in real life, they love this nonsense. This is what it creates, and I can't stand it.
Let's see,
They like drama.
Who was in that 5 car that got involved with that one?
I don't know, but he was up front earlier.
Trying to pick up
the names.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up who exactly.
Eric Papineau.
Eric.
Yep.
All right, there we go. We'll grab him.
All right, Matt Cox's car is back up to idle in 1900 RPMs. Let me how about see what kind of damage he's got? I'll be right back. Let me change radio channels.
Yep.
Give
Coming
us
on
something
to take a look. Contact right there. Start making some contact here, and here we go. Back straight away. There we go. More contact to 38. The 5. Oh, boy. More contact there. Yeah, just one of those deals. Dang. Well, 86 on the board. We're back under yellow here tonight. You see Anderson. You see Johnson, your top 2. Caution back out. And our co-host is back.
So talking over Matt Cox, he's got about 7 or 8 minutes worth of damage left. So, you know, never gonna say it's over completely, but it's not looking good for him.
Well, what is looking good, like I said, those guys that just were in that wreck there moments ago, the 5 right here, just some of the guys that were involved in that big accident.
Yeah, and I may jump over and talk to them there if I can see what all they got going on here. I'm trying to catch up with everybody in that.
Man,
Cox was a major player, so that's why I was kind of curious what happened with him. How bad
I
his
think
damage
Cox
was.
could have won this race.
I think he could have too. I think it was going to be between him and Cody Johnson, and
But
maybe Sean Robertson is it Sean Robertson?
Cox
What's
kind
his
of
last
just
name?
got caught there.
Sean Anderson. Sorry, keep getting my names mixed up, man. Yeah, they are definitely not happy on the radio.
Man,
Looks like they're going to wave off the restart. They're coming to the green. Let's see if they
Hang
throw
on,
the
we're
caution
not
back
going
out.
green, not
Yeah,
going
they waved off the
green.
restart.
well, we'll wave it off here. 6th caution of the night.
Yeah, it
87
sounded
in.
like Jeff Carson was trying to let cars go by him to be able to properly restack the field, and he couldn't get them all by him.
All right, 88. So it should be what, 89 by the time we go green. So that we're coming up on 30 till the end of the stage 2. I know we talked about the 30. And I know what you're going to say. They're not going to ride, right? But
Apparently not.
But smart betting money here would be getting line and ride to the state.
That's where the smart money's gonna be. And now, having said all that, there could be cars back there that are riding. They just hadn't made an appearance yet. Maybe Cody and Matt and all these guys that have just been kind of, stepping out there and risking it a little bit more.
More cars that have damage, that's more less cars in the pack that's quote unquote competitive.
Yeah.
Rolling down.
Sorry, I had a yawn right there about the time you said that.
Oh, you're fine, man.
Yeah, we're starting to whittle away some of these cars.
It's like a whittle stick, right? Oh no, well, now we're going really slow.
It is.
It's like you're whittling a stick here.
Yep. So you could get about a minute's worth of damage fixed under these cautions. So Matt Cox, he needs about 8 more cautions and be right back in the middle of this thing.
Only 8 more. That's it.
And only 8 more. But at this rate, he's getting.
Well, we've had 6 yellows. He needs 8 more, and we're 88 laps in. If we pick up the pace on the yellows, he could be ready to go with about 20 laps to go.
That's exactly it. The math works out for him, doesn't it?
20 to go. Let's go.
Green, green, green. Cody Johnson gets away.
30 to go to a stage. My apologies. Back up and running.
Yep.
It will be Cody Johnson getting away, like you said. And now let's see if we play smart money or house money.
They got to remember that we're Virginia boys. We got to count on our fingers to be able to do all that.
And toes.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, contact. Well, nope, we're not being smooth. Contact already.
No, they ain't riding.
That didn't take long. We didn't make it off of turn 2 before they started beating and banging. Oh. Somebody rim riding. Somebody rim riding. Oh, Nelly. 90 laps in, and I'm trying to look through this field and try to see who I think is going to move inside that top 10. What about Levi Poland right here in 11th, just outside that top 10?
Oh, the Cheetos machine. I was looking at him and Tony Mearing right now. That I can tell Tony, he's just kind of been hanging around, he's been trying to stay clean and stay out of trouble, but not get too far away from the leaders. He's been trying to hang on to that front pack when they separated. Also, the 74 of Chris Davis. Now, I know Chris, he is a very conservative driver. He is going to ride. If there's anybody that's going to ride, it's going to be him.
If anybody's going to ride it out, it's going to be him, and we're nearly halfway through, folks, here. If you join us here tonight on Redline Racing Network, right now up top, the 76 there rolling through. Anderson, and if you're missing the pterodactyl, he's at work right now. Stuck at work doing work things. He got me in the booth filling in along with my cohort right here in the Virginia boys getting it done here for you tonight. 91 complete.
We're trying to, anyways. I think we're having pretty good luck. We've had a little couple technical delays, but we're getting there. I'd like to give a shout out talking about Chris Davis. Chris Davis has went out on a big limb here and started his. He worked for a janitorial company that cleaned big buildings and businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
And he stepped out and decided to start his own business. The name of the company is GMD Janitorial. And he's got that logo on his car. And, you know, Chris has made some big life moves right there. And, you know, I think it's awesome. And he's putting his company on his car and racing it. So give a big shout out to Chris Davis and GMD Janitorial Services.
I'm going to clean this up the best I can. It takes some big components to step out and do that.
You ain't wrong, considering based on what I've said to me.
Whoa, don't shoot. Holy crap, what a save. William Knopf was damn near wrecked. Jesus.
I know one thing I need to get from Matt Nettler is I need to get his pack of the camera angles, because I'm using the stock iRacing camera angles, and they're just not good for broadcast. I need to work on that.
I need his pack as well, actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't have his pack anymore.
Custer, yeah. Kempf and Custer got together. Man, they about wadded up the field right in front of Chris Davis as we was talking about him. Chris Davis decides to go from the top to the bottom and get away from them fools.
Yes, sir. Matt's going to mess with
Don't
me.
blame him.
Matt's going to mess with me in a minute. You said a dirty word.
He does all the time. Don't let him fool you.
95 on the board. See, broadcasting became a lot more fun for me when I just became my normal self.
Yeah, I think you kind of got to be the
Hey,
first. We got a
gosh.
caution.
Not sure where,
I'm looking for it myself here.
because it didn't pop up for me who it was. Not completely sure. When we find out, we'll let you know. Nevertheless, 7th yellow. Hey, on the bright side, that's only, what, 7 more that Cox needs.
Yeah, he's going to get there. Telling you, Cox is going to get back in this thing.
And we're just at halfway.
We're just at halfway.
I'm happy that yellow come out. I got to step out of the booth. I'll let you take the call for just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Don't leave me hanging too long here. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you got this. I will be gone.
All right. All right, so we got about.
You had this same problem earlier. Put it that way.
I know what I'm talking about. We got about 105 laps to go here, and we're under caution. I'm not able to really figure out where that yellow come from. I'm looking through, and I don't see what happened. But we go back to the leaders here with Cody and see what they got going on here. Still can't figure out why this yellow come out. Can't for the life of me figure out what caused that caution. Phantom iRacing caution? Maybe not. Nonetheless, the leaders stay out. We don't have any top cars pit. Cody Johnson, Sean Anderson, William Kempf, Levi Polenthaler, and Chris Custer, Chris Davis, Ryan Von Heichel, Joni Meering, and Robbie Dennis both stay out. That's top 10 right there. All of them. The state line chose not to come on pit road. I don't really blame them. Okay. Kind of seeing what happened in the back. Not sure if that's this past wreck or I don't believe that's the most recent caution that we're seeing on the live broadcast here. But as I said, Matt Cox on pit road getting another minute. You get about a minute and 10, 15 seconds. It's a big old track, so when you're on pit road, you got 8 minutes worth of damage. You can get a lot fixed in a lap of caution. Because you only get about 1 lap here under caution to do any any real damage repair. iRacing has cut a lap out of the cautions for us, and it made it quite a bit harder to get any damage, significant damage fixed. So we'll keep an eye on that story, but nonetheless, we got a great race for the lead. Lights are out on the pace car. Matt Cox barely beats the pace car out pit road out on the back through 1 and 2, and now on the back stretch he goes to catch up to the tail end of the field. Still significant damage on the front of that 32 car. The front end air dam's pushed up the left front fender, splitters all bent buckle, but he'll get it fixed. This rate, the amount of cautions, 118-degree track temperature, slippery and slimy, and everybody's sliding all over the place. Got to keep in mind though, we've only got about, how many sets of tires they got? They got 8 sets of tires counting the one they started with, so you can't pit every caution, even though you would like to. Coming back to green with 102 laps to go in this thing. Cody Johnson's going to lead him to green with
Green flag, green flag.
Sean Anderson to his right. Green flag. And Cody just gets a really good start.
And I timed that perfectly.
You did. You timed it absolutely perfectly.
Cody, nice run right up. You get rolling already 3 wide, right behind him.
Cody's really took over command of this race too in a strong way, and I thought the 76 car of Sean Anderson was going to be. I mean, he's definitely looked strong, but so far, Cody has stayed with the track and everything, and he is dominating this race right now.
Are you surprised?
At least at this point.
Are you surprised though the way he's been able to run this car tonight?
I'm not, because I've seen how good this guy is. I see him in the 8 opens during the week, and I've seen him in this league. This guy can wheel.
And y'all keep talking about y'all are going to get me back in Cup car.
Well, we tend to get a little rowdy over there. I mean, this guy's a 7,200 iRate.
Yeah, that's a 4 o'clock for me.
Yeah, he's not here to play, and then this car 7,200 is pretty impressive. Shoot, I'm barely over 4,000.
Sorry about that. Your co over here had to take some medicine real quick.
I understand.
100 to 200 complete this allergy season getting to me, man.
I understand.
The 66 through the center. Nice job. Oh, 3 wide right there. Yeah, I have more contact right there in between a couple of race cars. They'll bounce off each other and keep rolling. That is the 66 there of Custer. Up top
we've had a lot of damaged race cars in this thing. Like,
and we're gonna have more front straightaway, one in the grass.
We got one in the grass. Will he come back up?
Caution.
And
I lost him there. There he is. He held on. Wow, I don't think he hit anything. It brought the yellow out.
That must have been an iRacing caution there.
That's weird, because he actually blinked out on my end. Yeah, he blinked completely out. On pit road. Not sure what in the world.
Mike McConville. I don't know that.
Mike, right there in the 8.
Another minute's worth of damage fixed for Matt Cox.
Nope. You just can't make this up, can you? You just can't. He's gonna be back in this thing.
You can. Like I said, it's a story of the race now. Like I've seen a couple cautions, and I'm like, Matt Cox is done, but here we go. He's just gonna keep. He's gonna keep whittling away at this thing because people keep messing up.
I'm actually gonna.
And Mike McConville looks like he just came up and got into the left rear of the 23 and went spinning down through the infield. Not sure unless race control threw that yellow. iRacing must have threw a caution there. Kind of surprised at that.
iRacing's on its ball tonight, ain't it?
They must be.
They must be jacked up on Red Bull,
They must be. Somebody's trigger happy.
right? All right, iRacing. Let's talk about gun safety. Finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire.
Yeah. Well,
Apparently, we're not doing that.
no, they're not. They definitely got their finger on the trigger tonight.
Can we call it a negligent discharge?
We can.
Yes.
Not to Matt Cox, though.
No.
Matt Cox is like, please discharge. Just don't let it hit me.
Matt, moment. Oh no. For the record, Mr. Battler, you did this. You put two Virginia people together.
Yeah, you put two rednecks and give them the internet, man. What's going to happen? It's ugly.
Everybody
Comes a
knows
32 down pit
rednecks
road.
on the internet's dangerous.
Kind of focused on the 32 because he's kind of been a storyline, and there's not a lot happening under caution because our leaders aren't pitting. So
Can you believe we're already halfway through this thing?
I can't believe it. It's funny because the time flies when you're in here doing this.
So I figure, here's what I figure gonna happen. You want to take bets? Either the league's gonna tell Matt to never have us take a show on by ourselves again, or they're gonna tell Matt they love it. It's gonna go one of the two ways.
Maybe they'll have all three of us on next time. That'd be a way to go.
See, Mettler usually controls the ship and doesn't let me go too far out in the middle of the ocean. Because left to my own devices, I go out into the middle of the ocean.
That's the way I like to roll. If we can get less trouble out there, there's less stuff to tear up, right?
Exactly. And there's more big fish out there.
That's right.
Get one of the big tuna fish.
All right. Well, Matt Cox gets another minute of damage fixed.
It's like, give me more yellows, sir.
Well, and here's the thing about it. Every time a yellow comes out, another car gets damaged, and it helps him out too. So Matt Cox can still be a factor in this thing, as crazy as this is.
Hey, the walls tonight are like Oprah. And you get damaged. And you get damaged. And you get damaged.
You get damaged. That's the way it's been. She's been handing it out. But not to Cody Johnson. Stellar performance so far by him, and honestly, Sean Anderson as well.
And you get into that.
You get the damage. You get the damage. And I'd like to talk about a couple of things, like Tony Muring has just hung back there in the top 10. The 71 who led earlier and had his brakes disconnect, Brandon Meyer. Great run for him. Tyler Hunter has stayed up front. This 09 of Kemp, these guys, Chris Davis, they've all just kind of hung around here. So they've kept it clean and keep rolling.
That's the nice thing about these longer races, right? You got time to recover.
Oh, definitely. And Matt Cox and Jeff Carson right now are thinking that very same thing. And speaking of which, let's talk about Jeff Carson again. Jeff Carson is... Where is he? Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to look for. He's probably back on the lead lap at this point.
Green flag back in the air here.
Nah, Jeff Carson's still 3 laps down, so...
Not back on the lead lap yet. He's getting...
I think what he did is he just stayed on pit road until all his damage was fixed, and Matt Cox has done the opposite.
Yeah.
He's just tried to fix it, and each caution. So
look at the 66 rolling to the top.
It is.
He'll roll.
And now
over.
it's a little dangerous running the top, but a lot of people have been running that extra high line, so there's gonna be a lot of marbles up there, and you could definitely get yourself into trouble doing that. But it does work
Does that mean they're living dangerously?
a little bit. You just
Oh,
kind of got to work your way up the track.
a little bit door-to-door contact back here. We're getting good at that.
Apparently so.
We're getting good at not at what could be a wreck but doesn't.
He is, and I can tell you one thing, Chris Custer and that. I love that race car. It looks like GE, and I'm colorblind, so to me, it's just like a burnt orange metallic flake. That thing not only looks good, but it's fast.
Look.
GE Aerospace. Got
Look.
that thing digging.
As they say, looks good, smells good, speeds good.
That's right, it does.
Whoa. Don't hit that wall again. Have to beat that
He's
wall.
looking for the lead into turn 1 here again.
Here we go.
Or he's going to.
Here it
I
comes.
think he led that lap.
He did. He led it. His nose was ahead of the strike. Custer, big momentum. Got a lift here. He got tight.
He had to lift. Yep, that second lane, and Cody was able to hang him on the outside. But I don't know. Let's see what happens. Get down to turn 3. We might see a slide job here.
So when you see that nose drop like that, that's a big sign that they had to jump out of the car.
Oh yeah, that thing wiggled and took off on him. Oh, and the 66 gets up into the wall a little bit, and Sean Anderson gets a look at him. And Tyler Hunter and Chris Davis are ready to jump on him too.
Can we call it Mr. Anderson?
Mr. Anderson. But I'll tell you though, that 66 made a run at the lead, and he lost his momentum. I don't think he's hurt. Doesn't appear to have any damage. Oh, we got a wreck on the backstretch. 98. 98 car. Steve Herring's around.
Well, that's
No, it's not
unfortunate.
Steve Herring. I'm sorry, I got the wrong car number there.
I'm trying to find it too.
It's a 38 car. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Raymond Root.
not good for
In that
Root.
same spot, coming off of turn 2, they get together and whoop. Oh my God, the 59 just cleaned him out. I don't know if that was accidental or
What the
on
deal was?
purpose. I don't know.
I can't get it on replay. It's not pop, but that's unfortunate.
It looks like the 38 just got loose and he come down, and 59 was there. Nothing 59 could do to help him.
So the reason why that I can't get a replay for some of you guys is too far back in the pack. For some reason, me and my co-host have the same problem to where it's not picking up all the cars all the time. Problem
Yeah,
is,
and that's not really. I ain't gonna say it isn't our fault at the same time. iRacing's done a lot of updates here, and certain systems are just not rendering the cars like they were a month ago,
yeah,
month and a half ago.
it's not. And so what happens is if you don't have it rendered in, if we're up front and it's way back there, problem is I can't go back there and get the replay of the car wreck because
And iRacing has really not told anybody else why.
yeah, it's
Doesn't seem to be happening to everybody. Well, neither one of our systems are very old, so.
yeah. But I do think that it is time for. I put some new parts in mine, but I think it's time just for a whole new deal.
I have not, so I'm gonna be researching it a little bit. See how much time Matt Cox gets fixed on his. I'm watching him again because he seems to be the story.
My advice to you, man, and from what I've seen with iRacing, the update recently, instead of chasing a ghost, updating the whole computer, I'm just gonna rebuild. I mean, why not? At that point?
Start fresh.
Yeah, it's time. Because me and Matt had a problem about 4 months ago or so, and I put new parts in after that. Even since then, it's got worse. Even with new parts, I'm just going to rebuild. Because currently I'm stuck on the Ryzen 5 platform. So in order for me to really upgrade anything more, I'm just going to have to upgrade the platform.
And, I'm an Intel NVIDIA guy. Well, that's what I'm on, but I don't know a lot about it. I need some more technologically people that know this stuff better listening here could help us out probably, I bet.
I have an idea of what's going on. It's just unfortunate. Without a new build, that's the only way I think I'm going to fix it.
It's like me. It's kind of like driving a race car. It ain't much different though. You can only get so much speed out of it without having to pay for it. So,
Yep. Bust out
so
another.
Matt Cox got a minute and 16 seconds worth of damage fixed.
Oh, we got a car in the
He's-
grass on during
What is happening?
here, yellow here.
Tyler Hunter. What's he doing?
He got bumped down. Honestly, I think he was probably taking a hit off the vape. That's my guess. That looks like a vape bird.
Been there, done that. Got that T-shirt.
Man, I tried to switch over to the vape. That didn't work out.
You know, I tried. Well, I tell you this, and it's kind of weird. It was I had an issue with sleep apnea, and I knew I had it. I just couldn't catch it right and get the help. So I was getting sleepy driving or on iRacing. I kept a vape around just to get that hit of nicotine and wake me up. It really helped.
Yeah.
I finally got a CPAP machine, and I'm able to sleep better at nights, and I don't need it anymore. Random, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to quit smoking. That's going about as good as
It ain't nothing like that nicotine at first in the morning, is it?
that.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, I am a grumpy person.
It's like, could you imagine if you got that hit off of nicotine like you do that first hit of the day, like
Yeah.
how it hits you? Imagine if you got it all
Or
through
the
the day.
first time that
You'd
ever
never
done it.
get people off. You'd never get people off of nicotine. 'Cause it's so good.
Here we go. Man, coming to green. Doubled up here. It'll be a 10-lap dash to the end of the stage.
Oh, and we got some checking up.
Oh, some big time check up.
And also, we had some cars stay out. Cody Johnson and the leaders, pitted there, and I apologize. I went away. I was watching to see how much damage Matt Cox got fixed because I didn't figure
Right.
the leaders would pit there. Figured they'd stay out for track position. I missed that. So Cody Johnson is mired back in 22nd position. Or did he have a penalty? Let's go back and look here.
I think he had a penalty.
I'm looking to see here.
I'll take a look
Cody
here.
comes in the leader. No. He went in and everybody else stayed out.
Everybody-
Wow, everybody just did the opposite of what Cody did. Shocked.
A little bit
I
of,
would have been the one to follow Cody. I can be honest with you. If I see a guy dominating a race, I'm going to stay on strategy with him.
a little bit of rope
If I can help.
Uh-oh. Four wide open. Two. Oh, contact. Here we go. Back straight away.
Wow.
Wiggledy,
5
wiggledy.
wide for the lead.
Oh,
Or the middle of the pack. Sean Anderson just gets away.
that should have been a wreck.
It should have been a wreck. It should have been another minute, 16 seconds worth of damage fixed to Matt Cox, too.
Here we go down the front straightaway. Oh, more contact. Don't do that in the middle of 3 wide.
And I can tell you one thing.
More contact. What
Whoa.
in the world?
These guys are racing for this lead right now. They're trying to get in position for those stage points.
This is like watching a go on I-80 trying to get to your nearest strip club on Sunday night.
You ain't wrong. With our favorite DJ in the booth.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yes, no comment. On the board. Big contact again. I'm not gonna lie, this looks like parking in a strip club.
It does.
Oh, more contact. Hello.
More contact. 5 laps to the stage right here, and I guess, Cody Johnson may be locked into the playoffs, so that's why he wasn't too concerned about it. He's probably just going for wins and trophies. It may not matter there.
I got
I'm
it.
just really shocked that nobody stayed with him.
I got to go quickly. Ready. Next up on stage, contact. Get it?
We still need to know what a code B is.
Yes, we do. I'm curious. back
Oh,
straightaway.
wreck on the backstretch. Whoa,
Oh,
big
shit.
wreck.
They made it.
No,
90%
that's.
of them made it.
Did we not get a yellow there?
No caution.
How did we not get a yellow? iRacing's been trigger happy. We had a car all the way around on the backstretch.
Oh, more beating and banging. Oh boy. Oh boy. Maybe they took that gun safety conversation.
They must have, but I can tell you, Chris Davis wants this stage win.
Davis Hart had to think because he probably thought that yellow flag was flying.
I think he must have. Oh, we got some beating and banging on the backstretch again.
How was that not a yellow? I'm really curious.
I don't know. As finicky as iRacing has been tonight with cautions, I don't understand that one.
Somehow we don't get a yellow when we should have. When we did, when we should have, we did. What?
Yeah, don't understand.
Oh, more contact runaway straightaway. William Knopf again.
Meanwhile, Chris Davis is going for the lead in turn one.
Where do I put the camera? Jeez almighty.
I know, right? Chris Davis and that TWRS GMD janitorial machine going for the lead in the stage.
Yellow flag.
And
That's cautions out. Cautions out.
Not sure where, but we do have problems back.
It's in the backstretch. They're going.
That's going to be
The stage. Yeah, unfortunate because that was heating up for the lead, man. I hate that.
Well, that was highly unfortunate.
It was. And now we got the 71 car who's got some heavy damage from that incident.
So what I
And the 88 and the 63.
what I think we should do is go say hi to our partners real quick before we come back for the rest of this.
I think we can.
All right, we'll be right back, everyone, in a moment. Oh We're ready. We're ready. And we're right back at you, ready to go with Cody out front. Yes, we were doing SpongeBob songs all right.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, I better not say that. We'll get like hit from YouTube, and they'll say you can't sing that on there. You're banned the whole thing.
Fun is for hitting the wall. U is for
Fun.
pass.
There you
ready,
go.
ready to go. 122 on the board. Let's go.
78 laps to go to come to the green. Green, green, green.
Green back in the air. Let's go. 122 on the board here. Right. This is going to be the run for Checkered Folk.
Cody Johnson back in command of this thing, and you know Tyler Hunter's got right back up in the middle of this, and
Oh, contact, contact, contact. They got it though, maybe, possibly.
you know, and this league has an incidence limit on it, and some of these guys, and I think it's like 17. Some of these guys, well, the max incident you can have is 25, but some of these guys, they got to be getting close to that. Good Lord.
They have beaten each other's doors down all night.
They have.
Down into turns 1 and 2. These guys only been going about 2 hours at this point, man, and we have seen for 2 hours worth of racing. Some insanity tonight.
And let's go back to Brandon Meyer in the 71. Brandon got a meatball, so his night's done.
Brando out of it tonight.
Yeah, his pedals disconnected, and he never was able to completely recover. He almost did. He was there.
He needed help to recover.
He did. He needed something to. Sean Anderson has snuck away from the lead here on Cody Johnson, and that's not surprising. Sean has been strong all race long.
Out front, Anderson hanging on. We are still beating and banging mid-pack, folks. 75 to go. This is the part of the race where I get excited.
I mean, there's a lot of racing left, and as I say, we look at the big swing that's went through this race. We've got a car, and Matt Cox has got a minute and 44. He just went down from 9 minutes damage, and you get about a minute and 15 seconds worth of damage fixed. That's how many cautions we've had, which is really unusual in this league. I'll be honest with you. And that's why I keep going back to that. That's a significant storyline in this whole deal.
Yeah. That tells you just how much we have beaten banged all
and that has a lot to do with the track, Tim. It's not just it isn't just the drivers doing stupid stuff. It's the track temperature.
We're not crazy tonight, bro.
Oh, we're crazy.
Well,
Certifiable.
We may be, but we also know when we see crazy.
We were seeing it. Now, track temps actually come down to 111. It's cooled off a little bit, but so in the iRacing world, we race in the A Open on these cars all week, and we've had much cooler track temperatures. And we begged iRacing to raise those track temps, but we get to this session, and Chris Cloud, the league admin, he's got some higher track temperatures, so you may be able to run the same setup, but it ain't the same race car.
Yeah, what kind of conversation goes into that, knowing it's going to be a higher output?
I don't know. I'm not a setup guy. I just hold on and make adjustments as I go.
Right.
And I'm not the best at it. So sometimes I'm on the positive end of it. Sometimes I'm not.
It's been one of those nights.
It's been one of those nights where I think the weather's thrown them a curve.
Yeah. And could that be why we've seen the accidents we have seen here tonight?
100%, because the cars are just that loose. They're that free. They're seeing a lot off of turn 2. where and it's always on the exit where the load is the highest on the right rear spring,
Right.
because that's where the car's really sitting down on that right rear, and it snaps. It just, if you put too much load on that right rear on corner exit, it snaps. Now off turn 4, where you've got a wider exit, you can kind of drift up the track. Excuse me, drift up the track, and you have less of an issue with that.
Oh, 130.
I'm seeing some nose to tail beating and banging here. Seeing some really loose race cars here right now too at this juncture in the race. I gotta wonder if some of these guys have made adjustments to try to compensate for the weather, and now they're getting a little bit behind on the racetrack. Do what?
130. Yeah, I'm with you. That they're probably getting a little bit behind.
I'd say they are, but I can tell you something. This guy in the number 8 car, Mike McConnell, he's really getting faster and faster as this race goes on, and he was in a wreck earlier, so I'm not sure where he's coming from, but he is getting fast.
These guys just got to keep going.
Yeah, Chris Davis set the fastest lap time, and Mike McConnell second fastest there. These guys are, we're starting to see a little bit of change in his speed. I don't know if Cody Johnson is sandbagging a little bit, or is his handling going away? Ew, Cody is loose in turn 2.
Hi there, right there. Well, nice job.
Cody
Man.
Johnson's evening almost ended right there. Way loose, got that thing plumb sideways, but he's gathered it back up. He's gonna ride and cool off his tires a little bit.
Yes, sir. All right, let's do a little
He's
bit.
gonna give up a couple spots.
Let's do a little bit of cranking it up real quick. What do you
Crank
think?
it up. Let's crank it up.
All right.
Chris Davis gets by Cody Johnson too.
All right, a little bit of crank it up there.
We're muted.
Anderson. No, you're back now. Anderson able to step away. Wait, look at this. Look at Tyler. Tyler right there with him, man. Tyler gonna try to make the move.
Sure is. And we're really seeing, like I said, Cody Johnson is not as fast as he would. I don't know if something happened, if it's a tire a disadvantage he's on, or if he's losing the handle of the cars, or the others are just getting faster. I'm not really sure.
Man, this is an absolute dogfight right now.
It is. And then based on the history of these runs, we're probably coming up on another caution. Hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, I've got another pun for you. Ready?
All right, let's see it.
Let me see if I got the. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh. Who's that?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
You're dealing with a wrestling fan over here, okay?
I like wrestling. It's been a while since I watched it. Last time I used to watch wrestling was in Stone Cold and
Yeah, I'm a
the
little,
Rock
I'm,
days.
I'm a little bit past that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm in the early 2000s.
I guess I'm in the late 90s, early 2000s, I suppose.
I think Barrett put up 05, 06.
I know one thing. We got a dogfight for the league here. The top 8 cars are just nose to tail right now.
I know deeper in the pack here. I'm taking a look at this 82. That Bernard's machine, that thing looks bad from home.
Let me go back here and take a look at him. I ain't looked at him much. Cody McCorkle.
Yes, sir. Man, that yellow and black Bernard's car is absolutely gorgeous.
You won't lose him in a pack, will you?
Oh, you won't.
That's an easy car to spot for. I'm a big fan of that 66 car. I like the look
Man,
on that one, Chris Custer.
I could be standing on Mars and see that race
You ain't wrong. Cool looking race car. I've got to where I like the simple paint schemes better. I've seen so many of these guys, and I mean, a shout out to SimWrap Marketplace if you ever visit that website. They have got some of the most complex paint schemes or paint wraps that you could think of. And I'm kind of getting a little, I ain't gonna say tired of the complex ones, but they do a really good job. And the reason I say that you can take those complex paint jobs and turn the graphics down. So if you find a cool one you like, that's just like, that's a little too busy than what I want right now, you can take it all off and just kind of turn down to a few of the graphics, just the way they do their layers. Really good job from those. That's a really great product over at SimWrap Marketplace.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I think the more, we all love it. Right. We do.
Oh yeah,
But at the same time, there's something the old school clean look.
it is. Oh, big wreck.
Oh,
Oh, massive wreck over in turn 3, 4. And
you
it was
are.
happened right in front of my 66 car that I was talking about.
Oh
The
no.
45, the 59, and the 3 are all, those race cars are dead. Look at the 45, Levi Poland.
Looking him up right now.
He got loose, and the 59 was right there and couldn't check up in time.
That's unfortunate.
Wow, what a wreck.
We'll get a replay momentarily here. Let's catch up. Hear everything process through. We can take a look here. Okay. Not like tonight, but there he is. Bam. Whoa. Levi.
Looks like the 45 just got a little loose, and the 59 just couldn't check up in time, and he was the victim here, and so was the 3 car. I told you he was coming up on a caution.
Oh man, I just seen it for the first time. Holy expletive.
That's right, ain't it?
Jesus. Somebody call my mama because he just got knocked out.
No, he's gonna need a helicopter. Looking at it from his in car, he was really loose on entry too.
Let's go back to that. I'm gonna go on board with him.
Go on board a Levi Poland.
We're getting on board with him here. So, and I got an update for me and you, by the way. Whoa, holy. Jeez, man. Jeez, well that car is done.
Yeah.
So Sensei Metler thinks he knows what caused it. So
What's
Sensei
causing what?
iRacing disappeared car out. So Sensei Metler's gonna help me figure out what that caused that was.
All right.
But I have noticed it's gotten better. I don't know if it's gotten better on your end yet.
I really need to see it when I'm racing to be able to know.
So you can tell on so if you're like in a replay right here, if you go deep in the field, you'll notice it a little bit.
Okay.
It's not horrible, it's just aggravating. We're just gonna get Metler Sensei Metler. I think I'm on board with that. You on board with that?
That's fine, Sensei Metler. Does that mean like he's Master Splinter, the Sensei?
Yeah, pretty much. Or the Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, he's a Ninja Turtle. Damn, I want pizza now. Thanks a
Oh,
lot,
dude,
Metler.
I got some little Caesars in the fridge.
You know, I know as a kid, I used to love the pizzas that they would eat. I would see them. You go to the movie theaters. Now we're really showing our age. But we used to go to the movie theaters, and they would get the prettiest looking pizzas on the Ninja Turtles movies.
Hang on.
All
we're
right,
not going
we
green.
got the yellow
Not
flag
going
back out
green.
here, so I'm gonna ask.
We do.
I'm gonna ask the comment section something while we're in the yellow. Any of the '90s, 2000 kids, I'm aging myself here, think that Little Caesars has went downhill since like the late '90s, early 2000s?
Well, I tell you this, I think they improved. and then
Really?
they may have gone back downhill since. I think they were good, and then I think they went downhill and they made a comeback. Now, I ain't had a Little Caesars in a while, so I ain't gonna speak for now. I might just DoorDash one.
Don't do that and be afraid the price of the pizza to DoorDash.
I know. It's just to say, well, they're $5 pizzas here, man. You just get a $5 pizza. It shouldn't cost more than $2 or $3 to get it delivered, right?
Try again. They're $7 now, and
$7. Then you see how long it's been since I bought one.
and it costs you like $5 to have it delivered.
I know one thing. That 32 car is almost fixed.
You got
I couldn't kid in that. Now that they actually extended that caution, I bet Matt Cox has probably got 10 seconds worth of damage left. He's just got just a few little bruises to fix, and that thing's going to be ready to roll in, and we're going to get to see it. We're going to get to see Matt Cox go through this field like a herd of wild buffaloes.
I want to know if he's back there laughing.
He is. I spoke to him. He's definitely him, Chris Davis, and Jeff Carson. So I know these guys. I race with them. We're all on kind of the same team, but I'm trying to get to know all of them because I kind of feel like I focus on the guys I know, but that's because I know them. I want to get to know all of them and make it a fair broadcast.
All of us do that.
Yeah. And you'll get to know them. I'm gonna try my best. Cam, I want pizza now.
That may be my fault.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want Dominic.
Did you ever have their Philly cheesesteak pizza? That slaps.
Yeah, it does slap.
Yeah.
Look at look at the boomers.
Time to reset the field.
Look at the boomers
Yeah.
using new generation words.
I know, right? Oh, what year were you born?
91.
Oh my God, I'm an '81 model. I got 10 years on you.
Ah. True.
True.
Here we go. Probably 200,000 miles more than me, but you know. Here we go. Coming to green.
John Anderson coming to the green. Yep. Man, I'll tell you something. Those EPI sets really fire off well this week. Like when he gets that restart box, he gets out there.
3 wide, middle of the pack right here. Hello, Becky.
Matt Cox is like, come on, just one more little caution, and I'll get my car ready to roll.
I don't know how William Canal is still rolling. He's been sideways more tonight than he's been straight.
He's been in every wreck and none of his doings. None of his doings.
I mean, he is. There was points there earlier where he was more sideways than I've ever seen a race car that did track.
I know.
I've been doing this a while. Bring it wide back there behind him. Oh, up the hill, tight. They got it. You just see the car take off, and you just know it's not going to go well.
And you could tell everybody come on pit road and got tires there. Anybody involved or anybody in the middle of this went on and got tires because they know they need the grip out there. Everybody's trying to behave right now. They're like, man, we sure have seen a lot of cautions. I say that, then everybody branches out 3, 4 wide, just slinging it in there. Beating and banging for 5th. Mike Conville. Up, we got a caution. Oh my God. It looks like Carson, Jeff Carson, and the 33. Oh, a little bit of net code.
Oh, 33 in
A little bit of net code there. I mean, he moved down just a little on Carson, but you don't have that big of a jump without net code. It's all
back
good.
there for you to be able to grab it. 146 on the board tonight. Well, y'all do evening. Well, with 146 in, coming down to the final 50, what are you expecting out of it?
I'm expecting more of the same.
More of the same.
More of the same. I've everything I've predicted. Like they're gonna settle in.
Yep.
I know this. The temperatures dropped down to 106. It has not changed a bloody thing, but I will say this: that also add to it. A lot of these cars, like I said, Matt Cox, he's getting ready to get all his damage fixed right here.
Right.
9 minutes of damage going to be fully fixed on pit road this trip.
Really interesting to what we've seen tonight, right? Like,
It really shouldn't be like that. This is unheard of.
all right.
That car was demolished.
Yeah, it was. We got a couple cars to pit road. Everybody else stays out. Want to do a little quick
Yeah.
commercial break before we go back green?
We'll be back.
We'll be back. And welcome back here. 148 on the board. I got me a little drink of water and I'm ready to go, man.
If you got me a little drink of whiskey and I'm ready to go.
Hey, now that's interesting.
I'm cheating. Hey, I'm on vacation this week, brother.
Yeah, that is a vacation drink, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a vacation drink. I don't drink on Sundays, but I had something was in my throat. I was coughing and hacking, like, and I was like, man, I'm gonna lose my voice here talking. So I got a little glass of bourbon. And
I got me a little bit of water with liquid IV, whatever it's called.
oh yeah, I might get one of those before I go to bed after I've had a few drinks.
All kinds of electrolyte.
That's right, Cody Johnson on pit road here. I'm kind of curious what he's got up his sleeve. If I had to guess, he's gonna try to pack a fuel cell plumb full of gas to be able to make it to the end.
Yeah, I would have guessed that too.
Everybody's gonna pit here for fuel. Just pack it plumb full and be done.
Yes, sir. Again, thank you everybody for coming out here. And again, it's 148 to 200 complete. Long night here tonight. Now,
This is gonna be a really interesting setup to the finish. I'll be quite honest with you.
these guys are going to have to get refocused too. Think about it that way.
Well, everything's changed now, especially with that. When we see everybody, we're getting ready to come to the green here, and everybody jumped on pit road to splash with fuel.
Yeah.
The lights are out on the pace car.
Correct.
So that means they're coming down after they get the one to go, or as they get the one to go to fill up for the fuel. That means we're close on fuel. There's no way that we're going to go caution free to the end just because.
Hang on, we're not going green.
And there we go. That
And here they're going to go. They're going to come on pit road again.
Yeah, because the lights just came back on.
I would.
I'm
I'm going to come down and I'm going to hit that thing with fuel again.
I think pit road is closed, but is it not worth the penalty right now to come on down?
Oh, maybe so. I would. Tail end, it depend on the position. Let's say Matt Cox has only got 4 positions to lose. Yeah, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna stab it one time.
I cannot believe that car is still here.
Yeah, there's a couple guys back there with him. The 23, the 8, the 5,
Right?
the 82.
Just staying
Let's
with
see
it, right?
the 35. All of them just coming on pit road. They're just gonna They're gonna let the fuel guy just jump over the wall and stab it with fuel, and they're gonna dump the clutch and go.
Yeah. Transfers. Man, this is going to be really interesting coming down to the end here.
Now, wouldn't you know? What would it be interesting if this thing goes green to the end and those guys that would just come in and pit right there off that extended caution make it to the end and one of them wins the race?
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Wouldn't that be a story?
Wouldn't it, though?
And let's keep in mind, this is going to be the 35, the 82, the 5, the 8, 23, the 32, and I don't know this Nuremberger guy. He don't even have a number on his car, and the 19. All of those guys, and if they probably didn't get Noonmaker, Brian Noonmaker, 56 car. They're not going to get much fuel out of it, but they're going to get just a splash.
Wouldn't that be the decision, though, here? As we're ready to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out, we're rolling.
Green, green, green. And we've got one heck of a checkup on the start. What is happening?
Yeah, that was a big checkup right on the start, man.
That was what I call a cluster foxtrot.
A cluster fox.
Yep.
I like that wording.
Cluster foxtrot. That's what that was.
That was absolutely a cluster fox.
See, we can say that on air.
I like that. Good job. I like that.
We can't say its counterpart on air, but we can say cluster foxtrot.
We can. I really do like that. Good,
That's right.
Good job.
Cluster foxtrot.
Cluster fox. They continue to roll. You know what it is when it's a cluster foxtrot.
Uh-huh.
Do.
Yep. You're iRacing on a Sunday night.
Network can be like, what?
What the foxtrot just happened? Oh, let's head back up to the lead and take a look here.
Let's do it.
Sean Anderson in control. Cody Johnson kind of mired back at the pack. Cody Johnson definitely made some, some strategy calls here to make sure he's got enough fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah, he did. He made a couple of strategy calls right to the end, in my opinion. And right now, it's working out pretty well.
It will. It should. As I said, I still expect us to get another caution or two, but nonetheless.
Wind up being one of those nights.
It's going to be one of those nights. It already has been.
Can you imagine the night that when we come to start this race earlier tonight that it turned into a...
Well, no, because it started with a cluster foxtrot.
Yeah,
We couldn't get connected to YouTube.
we fixed it, but, thanks to Sensei.
That's insane.
Could you imagine being Sensei at work and us yelling at him, hey,
Hey!
we got a problem.
Especially knowing what his job is. His job is highly classified. He can't talk about it. We could tell you what he does, but, you know the rest.
William Pilot right there as well. Taking a look.
So I'm looking back through our chat here. We got Sean Rogers in our chat. Sean Rogers was at the Michigan race today, so that's why he's not, he's not racing with us tonight. But
Wow.
Sean Rogers said he is well lubricated.
Well lubricated.
Yep, well lubricated.
That's
So-
a new word for it.
And I don't think he means sunblock.
It's not sunblock? Huh?
I don't think so.
What could it possibly be if it's not sunblock?
I don't know. But I know who he's at the racetrack with was Kenny Coppola. Kenny Coppola, the A series, he builds the setups for a lot of these cars now.
Take a look up front.
GWRS.
We got them 2x2 again.
We do. Battling up here for the front.
Door to door, fender to fender. Well, we don't have door handles.
And hadn't that 6 car been a goer and comer today?
Yes, he has.
Front to back, front to back, front to back. And here we've got Tyler Hunter just
Getting it.
He's just trying to get it. And we've really had a change for things because Robert Bissall has made a comeback in this. I believe he got a little damage earlier. I guess he got it fixed, I'm sure. I could have built a new car and all the cautions we've had.
Well, here's the problem. We got a problem. Here's the problem. There's a 2x2 up front. We're at the party tonight where it's late and I'm jacked up on coffee and I'm ready to start bouncing out of my seat. Oh boy.
We're in trouble.
Oh, Rob, John, right there as well. William Knopf, Raymond, R.J. Root right there.
Good racing for the lead. I'm going to tell you, they're getting late into this race. Look at Tody Muering and that cool-looking BMP black and gold machine. He's been able to hang up there all race long. Good performance by him.
Tony, right there,
Tony.
3 wide, hello, through the middle.
Oh, we're going to get tight. 4 wide, turn 4.
Oh, man.
76, 66, 09, and 6. All 4 wide.
Oh,
we got some beating and banging. The 6 and 66 get together, but it looks like they're going to sort it out before they get down into turn 1.
Hey, home slice, I'm not a spotter, but all I can say is not clear.
And not clear. Very, very not clear. Cody Johnson's his car high. Where's he at?
All right, Raymond, R.J. Root. Up to third. Tyler trying to run away. The man that's been sideways.
He's tried.
Look at the man that's been sideways more than straight all night. William Knopf up to second.
He has. He's had that thing digging all night long.
Oh,
and a big slide job by Sean Anderson.
Mr. Anderson getting shoved all the way down the front straightaway by Root into one. Big turn. Everybody hangs on. Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a whole lot worse. They could all be parked on the front stretch.
And we're getting down to it, boys. We're coming up to 40 to go from Michigan.
40 to go, and we're coming in the caution window.
Again, we get a yellow now. I think that's going to be the yellow we need to get to the end.
No, I think we got 2 more yellows in us.
Drew, you might be right.
Betting on it. I'm betting on 2 more yellows. I've just seen that, and like I said, I'm not blaming the drivers. I'm saying the track conditions have just put the drivers into this position, and the cars are just difficult to drive.
Man, I am enjoying this show here tonight.
And on top of that, so let's build on that a little bit. Not only are the cars hard to drive because of the temperature, they're hard to clear each other. You can't complete a pass easily. So that leads the car that's trying to make a pass to push it harder. It's like, man, if I push it a little bit harder, I can clear this guy. And when you do, you overstep and you wreck. So that's kind of what happens.
Yes, sir. Working our way through, and out front, Tyler continuing to lead with William Knopf. Right behind him, and who's it going to be, man? Who's it going to be?
I don't know, but Cody Johnson's back up to 9th. Cody Johnson is back up to 9th, and there's some pack separation. Yeah. And Cody is at the front of that pack. It looks like the top 8 have broke away a little bit, and Cody's leading that second pack to try to catch back up. It kind of reminds you of old restrictor plate racing that I used to love.
Right. What about next weekend? We go road course racing at Daytona.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by that. I've never run this car on that road course, but I have run the 24 Hours of Daytona many times, and pretty much you're a road race guy.
Oh, contact back straight away. We got one around. That's Root around.
Oh,
spinning, sliding to a
Wow.
stop. That was Chris. I apologize. It went around as well. My goodness. Problems down the back. They're still
Told
coming by.
you.
Oh,
We were in the
God.
caution window.
They just about hit him well after the yellow come out there. Spinning and
The 38
sliding to
car.
a halt. Wow. Well, there you go. There's the yellow
Yeah.
you look for.
They just threw all the strategy out the window. Just threw it all out.
Throw it away.
Throw it away. Everybody's on pit here. 4 tires.
Take a look. They come off of turn number 2. Contact happens. Up the hill he goes. Around he goes. And then what?
And what kind of? He just kind of bounces off and comes back down into the 66. It almost looks, from somebody watching, it's like, oh, he turned into him. No, you're trying to get off of that wall, and sometimes you just overcorrect, especially with these hot right rear tires.
In all honesty, that should have been a lot worse.
It should have been, especially if it had been in a pack.
Well, think about it this way, man. Coming up on the schedule, you go Daytona and that road course that we just talked about. The week after that, we head over to the Pocono Raceway. Then,
I like Pocono.
yes, sir.
Pocono is a track that, it's an oval. It's not a road course, but it races like a road course. Always has.
Look at the diversity. Atlanta the day after my birthday. And then,
Yeah.
count me back with you. July the 6th, we go to Chicago Street Court.
Me and Matt talked about that. I would love to try to do a radio style broadcast for one of these. The one thing that I don't know is the production flow, so we might have to practice with it. Like, are you watching, like, when does it get thrown around? So we might be able to talk about that. Might have to look at that. Might be kind of cool.
Yes, sir.
So, looking through the field, we see a lot of 4-tire stops right now. That means these guys are done to the end. Matt Cox, one of them. He come in, bolted 4 new tires on it. He's done to the end. This is the last time we see him on pit road, regardless of the way the cautions work out.
My God.
And I'm curious how the positions sync, and when we reset the field here, how everybody kind of pans out.
I gotta go check. Matt's over here dying. Oh no. This is either good or bad, and I'm about ready to go look.
Keep Rogers away from the petting zoo.
What?
Kenny and I had several beverages.
What is going on in the chat room?
So, wait a minute. Are we saying Kenny and Rogers had several beverages and were well lubricated? We're going to leave that one alone. We're not going to elaborate on that one. Keep Rogers away from the petting zoo. Yep, might be a good idea there, Double Changer. Looking through our YouTube comments. Kenny, a.k.a. Mr. Excitement.
Oh, this is gonna get
Rogers
good.
is lit. Sean Rockin' Rogers, usually a star in this series, is well lubricated and had several to drink. We're not really sure we want to talk about the lubrication part, but we'll just assume it was sunblock.
Do we need to send medical services from the airport?
Yeah, not our problem.
I'll get
We're
them
just
to you.
driving. We're worried about race cars.
My God. All right.
We need Kenny in here for a guest commentator.
What about Roger at the point he's at right now?
Yeah, we'd probably have to put a TVMA warning on it.
I'd have to get my sensor back up and running.
I'll see if I can get a hold of him.
Joseph Lester will lead to the restart.
Sean Rogers, if you're available, come into Discord.
Yeah, come on. Come party.
If he's listening. Sean Rockin' Rogers.
So Brian right there alongside. Let's get ready to go. We're down to the final shootout stages here tonight at the OK Corral. Let's go.
And Joseph Lester's going to lead us to green with Chody Muring pushing him. what a change at the front we've seen. Cody Johnson has made his way back up. You know, I've been saying all race, I wondered if Cody hadn't got behind on his adjustments. But you know, with the cautions and the way that things changed, I believe he's made his way back. What in the world are they doing on the restarts? Huge separation of the pack right there.
Oh, 4 wide. Oh,
This ain't gonna work out.
go
This ain't gonna be good.
bad. Oh, there it is.
And there,
Yeah,
there goes
they
Cody
go.
Johnson, Cody Meering, and Tyler Hunter destroyed.
Just like that. Who guessed that?
Wow.
So, about the repairs on that one race car.
Well, I'm trying to find out what happened there myself. I hate to see that Cody Johnson had the best car.
What happened there was a Curly Fox stop. That's what happened.
4 wide. It looks like. Oh my God! Everything happened.
Yeah, I'm working on it on my end to get a replay of it. But yeah, there's so much that happened there at once. I don't even know where to start to explain this one to you guys.
I'm looking at it myself. Once you get it back, it looks like Tony Meering, my boy Tony there, caught the left rear of Cody Johnson just slightly. It's like he just stepped up into him, and it just caused the chain reaction. Bing, bang, boom. I think Tony got the worst end of it. I don't know if Cody Johnson really.
Oh, Tony, that's a wall down there. Oh.
I think Cody Johnson may be okay damage-wise, but track position, he's. I don't know. Cody's got some rear end damage.
And what that is called, folks, presented by us, is a Charlie Foxtrot.
Yeah, cluster foxtrot.
I'll go with Charlie. You go with cluster.
Yeah, we can do. I believe Cody can get that damage fixed, and he'll be all right. He's probably got minutes worth of damage, maybe. Telling y'all, Matt Costas will come out and win this race.
Right.
He's a P18 with new tires. He's gonna come to the front.
From the bowels of troubleness. Let's go with that.
9 minutes worth of damage. Keep in mind that took at least 7 cautions just to fix it. 1:15 worth, 7, 8 cautions. You get 1:15 worth of damage fixed. So, to me, that's a story. That's a story about how difficult this race has been for you guys. And these guys are getting tired. They've been sitting here since 7:15. I mean, we're commentating. At least we got to get up and take a break. Sean Rockin' Rogers. Rock. Sean Rockin' Rogers. Where are you?
Ready to go.
All right, coming to 1 to go on a pace car. Lights are out. Let's re-rack them. Rack them and stack them. And Joseph Lester, the leader, he has been in and out of trouble too all night. Speed, Rockin' Robin.
So ready to go.
Reset the field one more time because we got a little bit of a lull here. Trying to get everything regrouped. We've got our biggest contenders taken out. We've had some of our biggest contenders taken out and have got back into it. We've got Cody Johnson, who's been the class of the field at the very back of the pack. We've got Sean Anderson, who has been probably the second or third best car all race, who has stayed at the front and has driven a great race. Honestly, he's drove the best race to anybody right now, making the smartest moves, the
Green
smartest
flag, green
decisions.
flag.
And we're going green, and
Yeah, there we go.
Joseph Lester gets away.
Nice job in the 34. Nice work. Down the back straightaway. Joseph leading the charge.
Trying to watch in the back to see if we see any big moves. This is where we're going to see some desperation. I don't know about that. We're going to see desperation and aggressiveness kind of combine here.
Yeah.
And we've seen what a
Oh,
disaster
whoa,
ride.
3 wide. Don't look now. Way back here. Oh, trouble. Trouble.
Big. Somebody is going to need the rescue squad.
Oh,
Good turn.
man. And the caution right back out. Well, that didn't take long for that to happen.
I'm trying to figure out who all that was.
Me as well. I'm trying to figure out who it was that got turned around.
Metler, we need to get your camera pack so it'll automatically go to this.
Yes. Not sure exactly.
It looks like Tyler Hunter was in the heart of this one.
Okay, let's see if we can pick up on it. Wow. Well. And again, we got a problem.
Oh, it looks like Matt Mackin gets into another car and causes Tyler Hunter to flinch, and Tyler Hunter gets into his own wreck because of that.
Yeah, and unfortunately it cut out on me. I seen him get turned, but then that, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Mackin. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 172 on the board at 200. Wow. You called it. You said there was going to be more cautions. You wouldn't play it.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't seem to not be able to wreck.
It's like bing, bong, boom.
Bing, bang, boom. So we got a car on pit road here, and this makes this interesting. As I've been telling y'all to watch out for Matt Cox. Matt Cox was restarting 13th before that car jumped on pit road.
Right.
Matt Cox will restart on the outside now, it appears. In this situation, being on the outside, this is where you want to be on these restarts, because that's where you're going to grab the most positions on the restarts. So I'm still kind of curious if he's going to come up and make a run at this thing, because that's a big story. He's definitely not been the best car all race, but he has definitely made the best out of nothing. I'd say Cody Johnson's been the best car, followed by Sean Anderson, for sure. So we're going to restart this thing with about 25 to go, give or take a lap or two, and we'll get at least one more caution in. I hate to say it, but that's what's going to happen. I wish I could see incident points for these guys. Are you still there?
I had a coughing fit
I was
over
going,
here.
we're a difference.
Yeah, I had a coughing fit. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, the pollen's kicked up pretty bad over here.
That's what. We'll stick with that story.
Oh, is that what? Oh, is that what we're doing? Sticking with
We'll
that
stick
story?
with that story. Yeah, that story.
Pollen, right?
Pollen?
Not adult beverage and/or adult smoke. Totally not.
Maybe. Maybe just a splash.
You know what they say, man? It ain't good unless it gets you by the boo boo.
Well, depends on how you feel the next morning.
That is true. So I got a question for you as a driver. These guys have been on the racetrack for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. How do you feel as a driver getting this deep into it?
I gotta pee.
Fair answer.
I think as a driver, you're just getting frustrated with the amount of cautions. You want to win it. You want to be competitive. You want to get a great finish. But I don't really know how you can explain the frustration because you're literally tired. You've been sitting at this thing since 7 o'clock, and you're a little bit wore out, and you may have to go to the bathroom. Back's hurting, whatever. Your frustration, the temperature's boiling over. It's time but now you got to suck it up and get it done.
Green flag back in the air. Yeah, they've been racing for 2 hours and 40 minutes, but that doesn't count the 30 minutes of practice, qualifying, and then the warm up, right?
Yeah, well, for me, right before it goes to race session, the last thing I do is go to the bathroom. Here we go back to green flag, and like I said, I feel like I want to be on the outside right here. It's definitely the most precarious position if a wreck happens, but it's also the most advantageous to gain positions right now.
2 wide down the back straightaway, 3 wide the Menards car split.
3 wide for second.
3 wide deep in the pack, 3 wide for second, 3 wide everywhere.
2 wide for the lead.
And you get 3 wide, and you get 3 wide.
You get 3 wide. Well, all 3 wide.
Down the front straightaway, it's 25 to go in Michigan. Oh, block gone wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Instead of girls going wild, that was blocks going wild down the back.
So if
front straightaway.
So if I'm mid-pack here, I wonder if I'm thinking, I need to just let things settle out here and let these wrecks happen, or what?
Well,
I don't know what to think here.
You've only got a 25 to go, so do you kind of have to go with this one?
That's a lot of laps here, the way this is shook out, man. But track position
trouble!
is key.
Car in the wall hard. And they're wrecking on 4 as well. Multiple cars.
Huge wreck.
And that happened. I got so excited I hit steam. That's hilarious.
I told you. It looks like they just kept wrecking. How did Matt Cox miss this wreck? Oh my God, Matt Cox and Jeff Carson missed this wreck. If you can go on board with Matt Cox in this
I got you.
Oh my God.
Let's watch.
Cody Johnson's right in the middle of that one, the 82, and what? It just happened.
Well, this is going to be entertaining, folks.
I'm going to create a new award.
Hey,
you know what I'm going to call it?
Whoa.
I'm going to create an award. This is, how they used to have the Goodies Headache Award?
Yeah.
I'm going to call it the Fresh Fruit of Looms Award. And we're going to give it to Matt Cox right here because he needs a fresh fruits.
How in the world did he sneak through that?
Oh. Fresh Fruit of Looms Award goes to Matt Cox.
One more look here. He made a move of the race.
Trying to look at Jeff Carson down here too and how that kind of worked out. Oh
my gosh. What a move. Just yeet. That was a yeet. Carson. Let's look at Carson's on board. That was a lot of yeets.
That was a yeet. It's still smoke on the front stretch. There's a lot of damaged race cars from that.
Take a look here. Oh!
Yeah.
Man. Not so lucky was that Menards machine,
Nope, he went all the way around, and not so lucky was Cody Johnson.
the
Cody Johnson, like I said,
82.
I think he may have lost the handle a little bit and got himself back here, and it hadn't worked out well for him.
Man, we've seen these crazy wrecks tonight, right? And again, that's just unfortunate.
Very.
The 23 to go. What do we do with 23 to go here tonight, buddy? What is your like? I don't know what to say.
I hopefully I get a restart on the outside, number one. And you're at this point, you're just holding it wide open, hoping you can get around people and get past where the wreck's going to happen, because this has been a destruction derby
20
or demolition derby.
We're working yellow number 16 on the evening.
I'll be honest with y'all, that's a little unheard of in this league. It's a little out of the ordinary.
Blame it on me. I brought the chaos.
You brought the chaos. It's Mettler's fault. We blame Mettler.
Mettler hired me, so that blames him. We blame him.
I'm gonna make I need to make a graphic. I wish I was better in Photoshop. I'd make a graphic that said "Fresh Fruit of Volumes of the race goes to award goes to the 32 of Matt Cox," because he needed him right there.
I got something for us.
You got something for us?
Okay.
Fresh Fruit of Volumes.
So I got something for you. I'm gonna show it on air, and I will get my 5M guys to go back and watch it. That's my role play community. We're gonna do one thing here. I got this. I got this completely under control. I now know whose fault it is.
Mettler's.
It's not Mettler. Oh, I don't have the logo. That's unfortunate. If I find it, I'll put it up there.
Now I want to take a look at one guy who's really stood out to me this race is Chris Davis. Now here's the guy who has stayed out of trouble all race, who always has a fast car. I talked about him earlier, starting his own janitorial company. He's kept himself in clean air, or kept the nose of that car clean all race. So, and here he is restarting second right here with, 20 to go.
22,
Great.
21 to go. Restart abound.
Yep, great race by Chris Davis. No matter the outcome, he's run a super smart race here.
Checking up on the outside again. 3 wide already. Contact already.
These boys ain't giving none.
4 wide, more contact. Here we go again. Back straightaway, car in the wall. Everybody scrambling.
Everybody.
They do the death wobble down the back. Another car in the wall. They're still wrecking it. There it is.
Oh, big wreck into 3. Oh, man.
And I think they're still wrecking up in front of them. The 88 going to get turned sideways.
I hate that.
20 to go.
It looks like the 20 car,
Wow. We got the replay.
like the 28 car of Brian Turnowitzki. Man,
Take a look. Oh. 3 cars in a little bitty hole.
Tanner Marty, the 29.
Yep. Now, was there a wreck
And
coming off at 4 as well? I was focused on the 88
So-
wrecking.
I don't know for sure. I seen what happened is the 88 come down after the wreck maybe and caught one in the left rear or the right rear. He blocked the brakes up, but it just wasn't. Mike Witt.
You know who's liking this, don't you? Our buddy, our old friend back there, Mr. Cox.
Well, I've said it all. And Matt Cox is now in 6th position, and like I said, he's going to restart on the outside here again.
How is that even feasible?
It shouldn't be. And like I said, I kept noticing this is a story and a trend when I seen the 9 minutes worth of damage, and I'm seeing a caution every 15 laps. I'm like, he's going to be back in the midst of this thing.
He's got to be sitting in the driver's seat of that car.
shaking his head. I've already talked to him. I went over and talked to him, and I was like, "What in the world is happening?" I said, "I want to get to know all these guys and be able to jump over in those conversations under cautions."
I mean, I got a question.
Yeah, question.
Can Matt Cox win this race?
You're better believe. Do rattlesnakes kiss carefully? Yes, they do. Can Matt Cox win this race? Yes.
The man had what, 9 minutes of repairs, something like that?
Yeah, 9 minutes.
How is the car even still fast? I've got so many questions.
I thought about dragging him up to the booth and asking him, but we're getting ready to come to green, so hard to do that since NASCAR is limited. I'm sorry, the iRacing's took a lap away from us. You used to be able to drag up to the booth in these situations real easy.
I'm perplexed.
So am I.
The man is only 4 spots off of what he started here tonight. Keep in mind, this same car was destroyed, folks.
Demolished.
Can't make it up, I
I
swear.
said Chris Davis is looking good up there in that second spot too. He's, here's the thing. Here's one thing to look at. He's by Sean Anderson's a little bit by himself.
Right.
You've got the 74, the 32, and the 9 up there willing to work together. They can work together. I don't know about these other guys. I'm not going to say. I'm just looking through the teams as they stack up in Discord. Sean Anderson has the 23 to help him, which is 2 cars back, which that's going to be a big help. They may try to team up and try to push away here, and yeah, they're going to try to help each other. They have no choice, man. You got to help your teammates here and help each other a little bit.
So I'm going to scroll back here. I've got something for us here as we get ready to come to green. But let's go. Trying to find where Matt Cox crashed his car out.
It was under 50 laps in the race.
It
was in the beginning of the second stage, I believe.
At lap 110, he jumped the pit road. Okay, so that's lap 110. He jumped the pit road. Scrolling on back up through here. Oh, right here, lap 74.
Is that when it was?
Yep, he crashed on lap 74.
So it was midway through stage 2.
Really quickly, before we go green here, if this will work. Taking a look, lap 74 here, as we get ready to go green. That's what happened to Matt Cox back there. You saw that car go down the inside wall. And that same car is now battling for position.
He's battling it right in the front. Now, it's a horrible restart on that outside line. Chris Davis did not get a good restart there, but that's okay because they're going to wind these things up, fire them down into turn 1.
Wide Cox is in contact with the car.
Oh, he's all right. Wow, look at Cody Johnson being able to come back. Cox clears off a 2. And then Sean Anderson clears getting into the lead, and Chris Davis settles in. I think it actually worked out for everybody there. Everybody's. But Cody Johnson, the fastest car all race, who I thought had the best car, he is back in the hunt for this thing.
Matt Cox back to 5th. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
He's got to run.
Totally.
Here comes the
absolutely
run. Up to 4th.
P4.
16 to go.
Look at Cody Johnson slinging in on the outside. That thing is flying.
Oh, car's almost in the wall behind him.
There actually is some really good. I mean, this is some interesting racing going on, even though we've seen a lot of wrecks.
William Knopf right there. Cox there as well. The 60 there. A little bit of contact by Knopf. And the 60 machine. Big block.
Big block by the 23 on Matt Cox coming to the start-finish line. Very late block. Unlucky we didn't have another wreck there.
15 buckaroonies left to go here tonight in Michigan. More
Cody
contact.
Johnson.
Cox sideways.
Cody Johnson is on a mission.
Oh my gosh, Cox getting beaten.
Cody Johnson will not be denied if he can help it. Wow, what a drive by Cody Johnson.
We got cars beating and banging here late in the going.
We're gonna have a caution up front here. I don't know who it's gonna be with, but it's gonna
Oh,
happen.
one sideways. He hangs on. 14 to go. Big momentum coming. Big run down into 1 and 2. Watch out. Big slide. That's Johnson trying to make it work.
Yeah, and Cody Johnson had some cool tires there and was able to make that charge up there. Now he's done got him hot, and it ain't gonna quite work the way he was, but he made it. He made the positions up when he could.
3 wide. Nice job. Oh, tight off of 4. Knopf on the outside of 3.
And Sean Anderson's just smiling like a mule eating briars here.
Oh, man. Into 1. Everybody's so. How are they doing this?
And I think Cody Johnson here, he made that charge there. The car doesn't look as good as it did that one lap, but I think he's got his tires a little hot. But
Oh, yellow's out behind them. And we're
another
4
caution.
wide. That just saved this group right here from wrecking, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Not sure where the yellow is at, but that just saved that group. Man,
Let's see.
you can't make this up.
Can't make it up.
You can't. If you tried to make it up, people wouldn't believe you. 12 laps to go. We have been going at this for 3 hours, and we are still on the wheel getting after it here tonight.
They're trying to decide if we're going to order pizza on DoorDash or not.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna be able to by the time this is over.
Not pizza. Little Caesar's going to be closed up.
And you were right, Mr. Meckler. We have had a tornado in a trailer park all night.
You ain't wrong.
My Lord, coming to 11 to go.
18th caution.
Can we hit 20? Can we do it?
Well, we might not want to challenge them to that, but
How many green, white, checkered attempts do we have exactly?
let me look. Too many for this group. Tonight, anyways. I'm not seeing it right off the rip here.
So that tells me they probably got unlimited green, white, checker.
Track conditions, incidents, races. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
That most likely means we have unlimited green, white, checkered.
Oh, God.
Well, folks here at Michigan at 4 in the morning.
They had 4 in the morning. All right, so let me just. Where we are, we're distracted. We had 4 cars come down pit road, lead cars come down pit road for tires.
4 of them.
4 cars. 4 of the leaders.
Well, you think that's a good call?
I don't know if it's a good call, but I know it's not a bad call, and the reason why is you don't have nothing to lose.
All right, Matt Cox, pit lane.
Yep, I'm trying to look through and who all besides him pit. I see Cox right side's up.
I mean,
Definitely 2 tires. I see the 76 of Sean Anderson. Did
Yep.
Sean Anderson pit?
I think so.
What? Okay, well.
They're going to restart 14th and 13th.
So let's go back here. I think we really missed on that. We were so caught up in the amount of cautions, we didn't realize what was happening. Did Sean Anderson really pit from the lead?
I'm looking at it now.
Yes, he did.
He did.
And who's he bring with him? So Chris Davis fakes like he's going. He brings 1, 2, 3,
So,
4
4.
other leaders.
Knopf down pit road. That's a 60.
Cox, the 23 car
of Ryan.
Yep.
So they're all around 14th and 15th. Restarting on these tires.
Ryan Von Hetzel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I think I either butchered or nailed it. So
10 to go. Does the tires make that difference?
well, you see the charge that Cody Johnson was able to make, possibly. I seen what he was able to do right there, possibly. Are they gonna make a huge difference? I don't know. I'm gonna take my chances being Chris Davis in that number 74 right now. If you give me any car to be.
Oh man. We take a look at tires. Oh boy. Here we go.
Well, Cody Johnson starting second. Uh, Same situation.
9 laps to go at Michigan. Tires coming from about 13th on back. Green flag in the air. Let's go.
And actually, Chris Davis is on older tires than Cody Johnson, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. We'll see.
Davis on older tires. Johnson there. We'll keep an eye back in the pack for fresh tires. 2 as we've got 9 laps to go here tonight. Man, that was a gutsy call to come to pit road. You can see back here.
It was gutsy.
Around 12th, that's Matt Cox. I believe that's the first car on fresh tires. Trying to chop his way through right now.
And I can see Cody Johnson could.
And caution.
We've got to be kidding me.
And we'll slow them down again. 8 to go.
Boys.
For reference, Cox moved up to 12th, first car on fresh tires. Or excuse me, Anderson up to 10th, first car on fresh tires.
Oh, and the 7 and the 19 wreck and turned.
I don't
What the 7? Oh my God. The 7 made a huge mistake. Gene Gregorick, he was down on the apron and comes off the apron to hit the 19 car. What was he thinking?
Do I even want to go look at this?
No, my goodness.
I mean, I'll go look at it if you want me to, but I'm not sure that I would even see this.
He said he just owned it. He said it's completely his fault.
All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Let me see if it called it. Let's see. There's the yellow. Nope, it didn't catch it. He got lucky. Yep, he was too far back for it to catch it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But 7 to go. If you're Matt Cox and these guys, you didn't want to see this yellow, man.
All right. So now Jeff Carson just said he had 9 minutes worth of damage, went 7 laps down, and now he's back on the lead lap with a fixed race car, and that's insane.
Caution number 19 of the night.
I think we're going to 20.
You got to count green light checkers, too.
Yeah, we do. I think you said Matt Cox was. I think Sean Anderson is the first car on new tires in front of Cox.
So he's up to 10.
Yeah, technically new tires are up to 10th. Jeff Carson's on 26 lap old tires. Chris Davis on 30 lap old tires. Cody Johnson really is in the catbird seat here. I would say with the freshest tires, restarting second. But
what about Davis?
But Davis has got older tires. But how much does it really matter considering we've been under caution so much? And I say this: Cody Johnson really abused his tires getting up through there on that one restart. So it may not be an advantage. I mean, purely from a lap standpoint, Cody Johnson's getting in a catbird seat, but Chris Davis did not have to do what Cody Johnson did. So we'll see here.
You realize we're looking at 5 to go
5 to go,
on the
and at least 2
restart.
cautions.
Yes. Davis
I hate to say it.
Davis just has to get out and hold on.
It's just been that type of night. Track temps at 96. We've lost some temperature, but I think everybody at this point is just getting wore out. They're tired. They're ready to take a break. They're ready to stand
They're
up,
wore
go to
out, they're
bed.
tired, they're grumpy.
They're grumpy from the amount of cautions too. This race should be over.
They're grumpy, but they got to stand on it again.
They got to stand on it again. Cox restarting 12th, Sean Anderson restarting 10th. And I'll be honest with you, you know, you'd think those new tires would prevail. It's been tough in this draft lock situation to get through these cars. So I'm really going to focus on Chris Davis here and see if he can't pull one off.
So quick estimation on time, okay? 1:43 is the lap time around here under yellow. 38 seconds around about is green flag. So just about 2 green flag laps to 1 caution.
Yeah.
Coming to green.
We should have been done an hour ago.
Coming to green.
Green flag. Green
Coming to the
flag.
green. Great. Chris Davis gets to that restart box. He doesn't get away, which might be a good move. He doesn't gap the field like the others had. He's keeping them close so that way they don't wind up and slingshot to him. If I'm Chris Davis here, I'm going to be going late in the box anyways to try to get him to stack up and wreck behind me. It seems dirty, but it's logical. You've got to put it in a position where people screw up.
Cody B up top, 4 to go.
Chris is probably going to try to air block Cody here a little bit. I don't know if. Yep. And the car of Lester is going to hang on Cody's door.
And don't look now, but here comes Anderson. He's
Yep.
up to
Here
8.
comes Anderson. Here comes Cox.
I think they're going to run out of time before they get there, though.
I
4 to
think
go.
they are too, but it's still impressive to see what Matt Cox and Jeff Carson have done this race.
4 wide. Watch out.
We're going to have a
one
wreck. We're going to have.
sideways.
Nope. They saved it.
Man. Hashtag hang on.
And here comes Matt Cox to the inside of Anderson. Oh, Cody Johnson just slings into turn 3 and 4. Oh, what a slide job! Slide
No, he's
job!
in the wall. He's not going to make it.
He's in the wall. Oh my God, that was awesome. Cody Johnson.
Oh, my gosh.
That was awesome. But Chris Davis just slings it back in there, and there he goes with a slide job again.
Oh, crossover
And Chris is
coming.
going to cross over again.
Oh, boy. Dogfight up front coming to 2 to go.
This is a racing we've been looking for all race.
Here
Chris is going to have the bottom here. Can he roll the bottom? He's going to. Oh, I think Chris got a little tight on entry there, and I feel like Cody's going to clear him here maybe.
He does. 2 laps to go from Michigan.
2 to go.
Here comes Don Miller. Where'd he come from? Big block on the bottom.
Look at Chris throw the block down on the
Look at
bottom.
Don,
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh, Don, hang on.
Now he's going to come back up.
Oh,
He's going to come back up.
Everybody gets
He
by.
saved it. How did he save it?
Cody B trying to run away out front.
And Sean Anderson gets to run on the bottom. He's really coming with a head of steam and new tires. He's going to match up with Cody Johnson. Can they make it back to the white flag to end this race?
3 wide coming to the white flag.
And don't look, Chris Davis has not give up.
Off of 4 till we get to the white. We are going to. John Anderson with new tires is there. Cody B leads. 1 to go. Oh, my
And
God.
Chris Davis has not lifted since. What an impressive run by Chris, trying to hold on to that. That was a great run by Chris and Cody right there. Don't look too soon. Sean Anderson's coming.
Sean's coming.
We see a
Sean's
photo
coming.
finish here for the win. Sean is rolling. Chris Davis is sitting back in third, hopefully they tangle up. But Sean is going to make a move on Cody here. Can he?
Cody goes to bottom to take
Look
the
at
line
Chris
away.
Davis. Look at Matt Cox coming for third.
Here we go.
Oh,
Out of 4, big block. Big block. At the start finish line, it's going to be Anderson.
no, it's Cody. Cody
got it.
Johnson, Anderson, and Matt Cox for third.
He held
What a
on to
finish.
that. Wow. Are you kidding me?
For what a crap show this race was as far as cautions, that was one of the better finishes I've seen in a long time.
Weeder's car is killed on the back straightaway. No celebration.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you kidding me? I have no words.
yeah. For what we seen and what ended up, that was awesome.
All right, man. Fucking, that was wild.
What a finish.
Can you believe that Matt Cox just finished third?
Go back and look at that slide job, man. The slide job that Cody Johnson pulled on Chris Davis, and Chris Davis crossed him over. The tires did matter right there when it was them two head to head, but
Oh man. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find that really quick because that was late. What racing we just witnessed.
that's one hell of a finish.
I'm out of breath.
And here's Metler shows up.
Oh yeah.
Metler shows up like a
Pterodactyl of the night.
there you go, pterodactyl.
Gentlemen, fire me up. How about that freaking finish? That was it. Freaking insane. I just had to barge in the back door because I am lit here at work watching you guys for that race to the end. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No, it
No,
doesn't. That was a
no.
great one.
Oh my god.
Matty J needs a minute to pick himself up off the floor.
Yeah.
You guys
yeah.
called a heck of a race. Thank you, Matt, for coming on board, helping out. Jeff Taylor, as always, being my partner in crime. You worked with Matt excellent tonight. I
We
got
had
to watch
fun.
that video again. I'm going to watch that back probably a couple times. I'll let you guys do your thing, but my God, was that a finish?
That was a finish, considering what all. I mean, it was a shit show of cautions. But then, I mean, what a finish with Cody Johnson pulling over the crossover on Chris Davis there.
I thought the biscuit had it. I ain't going to lie. I thought that was Davis's win, and then he had other plans. And my God, we'll remember this one for a while.
And how about Chris Davis standing firm on his track position when it counted? I mean,
Yeah.
huge.
So many things had to go right there for so many people if you think about it.
Well, Chris is a very passive driver, but when it's time for him to step up, he does, and that. I think we.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got to get back to work, but I had to jump in here for a minute after watching what we just witnessed here on the racetrack. Heck of a job tonight. I'll speak with you guys later.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, man.
Get back to work before you get in trouble.
Who do you want to bring in first when we come back from commercial? You want to bring a winner in?
Yeah, I think we're gonna bring in.
I like to do
Mr.
1, 2,
B.
3. I know a lot of them do 3, 2, 1, but I do 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 traditional.
Let's go with Johnson here.
Let's bring Cody in when you. I don't know. You'll see it when it comes back before I do. So.
Yep, I'm ready. All right, Cody Johnson, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
How about that? You had to hold off Sean Anderson late with fresh Goodyear Eagles.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be quick right there. I decided to pit whenever I kind of started getting tangled up in a little bit of incidents there, and I knew that I felt like that it would just continue to be cautions until the end. So I decided to take my last set. I think we had about 22 to go, and in hopes that that the guys in front of me would decide to take their tires with about 10 to go, and then obviously we just keep having cautions. But that last caution right there, I was struggling to work up a run around Chris, and I was wanting to get it done sooner than that, but couldn't, and then that allowed Sean to get there. So it kind of, if we'd have had one more lap, I think he would have handled me pretty easily there.
Well, you had some bad luck there. It seemed like midway through the race, it seemed like you were probably the best car early in the race. It seemed like middle way through, I felt like the handle went away on you. Was that accurate, or did you feel like it was just more of a track position thing?
Yeah, well, when we kept having cautions, I stream, and I had quite a few people watching, so it gets boring sitting up there just caution after caution after caution. So
It does.
yeah, so I decided just to come down for the sake of the stream. and just go to the back. And I got kind of off strategy because I didn't really want to use a set, so I took lefts one time and took rights one time, and it was just handling not quite the way I wanted it to. So we had to kind of work our way back onto the right strategy and try to get back to the front. But yeah, definitely kept getting caught up in a few incidences there. But that was, I mean, all in all, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
And if you go back and watch that finish between you and Chris, the battle to the finish, the slide job that you pulled, I think you pulled 2 slide jobs on him. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, he was working me with them with the crossover. He was, which I'd lose so much momentum sending it in like that I knew that he was going to work up a crossover. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I always enjoy racing Chris. He's raced quite a few officials this week too, so
Yes.
yeah, it was enjoyable this week and tonight. That was fun.
Man, that was insane to watch you do battle and to get it done and hold him back there. What have you learned tonight that you can carry forward the rest of the season?
I always just try to be patient. Just kind of let the race unfold and take it as it comes and as it gives it to me. Don't try to force anything, and obviously unless it's down there at the end of the race. But just if I get myself in a situation to where it's kind of risky, just lift and just make sure that I'm there at the end. That's the biggest thing is just being patient, not getting frustrated. If somebody pulls a bad move or races me aggressive, just kind of let it go and brush it off and make sure that I'm there at the end.
Well, man, it was fun to watch. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you
go? Just the guys that I race with in the Discord. Tyler was in there tonight. Sean, Ryan, I think Brian and Brandon and Bobby were in a different Discord, but always enjoy racing with all the guys that we race with week in, week out, every day. We spend a lot of time on here, so they make it enjoyable.
Yes, sir, man. Well, congratulations on a great win tonight.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Congratulations. It was fun to watch right there at the end.
Appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one.
All right. Cody B comes home with the win.
We talked to Sean Anderson here, maybe.
Yes, sir.
I talked to this fellow before.
All right, Sean Anderson, Matt in the booth with Jeff. You got a copy?
I got a copy, guys. How's it going?
Going well. Well, you played the tire strategy there late. That the yellows late didn't really help you. Kind of caught you short on time.
Yeah, they kept wrecking, and there wasn't really enough time to get back up there. I got to Cody's bumper and tried to go high. I wasn't sure which lane he was going to pick in 3 and 4, and just couldn't quite get there. Just needed one more lap. We're close, though.
Yeah, if you'd had another lap, I think you could have got him.
Yeah, those fresher tires definitely helped. I kept debating every caution we had up until the end after like lap 158, I think, or 168 when I pitted last. And I didn't want to go to the back because they kept wrecking. I didn't want to get back in the mess, but I figured at some point I had to. And then once I saw Cody get up near the front on newer tires, I knew I had to try something different if I wanted the chance to beat him.
Yeah, it looked like you got the tires there, and it married you back in the pack, but you and Matt Cox both come in at the same time, and y'all really blistered your way back through. Y'all restarted 10th and 12th respectively, and y'all really made your way back up through there well. It's more, and it's random. Sometimes, you got to pick the right places, the right time, and avoid the right things, but y'all really made your way back through nicely.
Yeah, we got lucky. We didn't get involved in any wrecks when we went to the back there after we'd taken tires. And yeah, it's tough to pick the lane because everyone wants to give up the bottom at the end because the middle and the top is so much faster. And then they're in the draft on the straightaways, and you just got to send it in low and hope you clear somebody to get up in line and get in the draft to get up there.
Yeah, it was an impressive run by you, man. You had a great run, and even with all the cautions, the last 5 laps there, that was fun to watch. I know it was fun to be behind the wheel.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was fun to drive those last couple laps, and just glad we finished it and get a good point stay out of it. And congrats to my teammate Cody on the win. So we got some good points there at the end.
Nice job. Well, nice try with the strategy. I know it didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta. I don't know. I thought staying out was gonna be the move there at the end. And like I said, once I saw a couple of guys on fresher tires, the draft is just so big there, they're going to draft right up to you and blow right past you. So I think I pitted one caution too late, but all in all, it was a good end of the race.
Man, Holy cow, dude, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to be a part of it. It was a blast at the end there, ripping through the field.
Other than the prior 180 laps.
Right, right. Well,
Yeah,
man,
those were a little rough, but I'm glad we were able to make it through and not get damaged.
Well, the 118-degree track temperature really changed things, and I feel like that did for everybody. That I mean, normally this league doesn't have a lot of those. It just seemed like tonight. I feel like the track temperature had a lot to do with. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. The track temp definitely did have a lot to do with it. It's just so much on throttle time here at Michigan and such a hot track temp, people getting loose sliding around, which I prefer the hot track temp just because it's a little more tire fall off, a little harder to drive it. But between that and the draft at Michigan, it can cause havoc for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I race officials with you, and if we were to see these, we would have such better racing during the week if we had 120 degree track temps. Be so much more fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
well, man, it was fun nonetheless, buddy.
Thanks. I'm glad you guys could come out and broadcast this one and show everyone what this league can put on. Hopefully, the next week we'll have a little cleaner late race, a little fewer cautions, and hopefully put on another good show.
Oh yeah, we'll see some. I guess it'll be Daytona Road next week because iRacing hasn't picked up Mexico City yet. But they wouldn't listen to me in my league. They were talking about what they wanted to do, and they were saying Daytona Road. I said, let's go to Mount Panorama. Let's put on something different. Nobody else does. They didn't
Yep,
think
that would
much
be
of that.
cool. I don't even think I've ever completed a lap at Daytona Road Course, so that'll be interesting.
I haven't the 24 hours of Daytona, but yeah, it's anticlimactic personally. But whatever.
Yep.
They don't ask us, do they?
Right?
Nope.
They don't ask. Yeah, that's not how that works. Alrighty, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for putting on a good show.
Appreciate it.
All right. Anderson, we'll get Cox up here. Huh. Matt Cox. Can you believe
What's
it?
up,
Top
brother?
3. Can you believe that?
I mean, I could believe it. Did you see how many cautions we had?
To be exact,
That's what.
20.
Yeah,
It
to
was
be
20.
20. I
Okay.
called 20 about halfway through the race. I think we're going to get to 20.
Yeah, well, we did. 20's not a good number to have at Michigan, but
It's a
it
nice
is
round number.
it is a number. So yeah,
It is a plan.
About halfway, well, I don't know, right after the wreck, and I had seen, and I started doing my poor math. We got 2 Virginia rednecks here trying to do math, and I'm like, we're going to see these cautions. That's why I come in and asked you. I said, how many minutes worth of damage you have? And you said you had 9 minutes, and I said, well, we got at least 7 more cautions in us just based on how frequent they've come. I said, he's going to get this thing fixed.
yeah, I probably could have got 9 more somewhere along the way and would have been just fine. But yeah, P3. Got to apologize to Chris for a failed slide job there at the end, but I did send it in there until I saw Jesus. I just upset that it caught Chris's right front quarter there. Thought he was going to be a little higher on the entry there, and he kind of cut down and was cutting the slider off a little bit, and I gassed up, and he was there. So
Well, in all
apologize to him for
fairness,
that.
Cody had
He's
just
probably
pulled him
pretty
on it.
pissed. Yeah, he's probably going to be pretty pissed about that, but I mean,
At what moment?
fortunately,
At
he
what
didn't,
moment were you like, oh no? Like, did you have a moment?
No, not really. I thought I was going to clear him because I thought I was going to be a lot higher. So I thought it was going to work, but I guess my oh no moment is when he came up on the mic and said, "What the fuck?" That was my oh no moment.
Yeah, Chris is. I was telling Matty J here. I said Chris is very conservative until
He
the
didn't
last
deserve
couple
that.
minutes.
I should
In the
have did
last
that.
couple minutes, Chris will get up on the wheel and dig when he has
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, he's the
He-
nicest driver you'll see. So yeah.
But he can go from 0 to 100, and I get it. Like he's so conservative, so quiet, and then boom, when he lets go, he lets go. But he runs so good. He was so close to stealing a win there.
Yeah.
I know. Cody was on fresher tires than him. So if we could have kept getting the cautions there, He might have been able to snag that one, but yeah,
And he definitely stacked them up on that last start like he needed to try to cause a little bit of chaos. But for
for sure.
once, it didn't ensue.
For once,
For
yes.
once,
Hey,
it was an awesome race.
chaos is our
For you,
friend.
it
No,
was
I
an
bet it was
awesome
fun to
last 5
watch.
laps. Well, the last 5 laps are fun to watch. The prior other ones, I mean, it definitely got strung out there with all the cautions. It was like very confusing, but I tried to keep it interesting talking about, Matt Cox has got, 10 minutes worth of damage and Jeff Carson's got 10 minutes worth of damage and he's 7 laps down and here they are both no damage and on the lead lap. Like that's a storyline.
Hey, man, if that's the story you gotta tell, I mean, go ahead and tell it. But if this league is going to continue, it's got to get cleaner. We need to have a little bit more stiffer penalties, I think, um, overall, because it's kind of a clown show
Agreed.
out
I
there.
think, for the people listening, and I made a point of it, I think the track temp had a lot to do with it early at 118 degrees, but there towards the end, we were down below, well below that. Didn't really have no excuse there the last 50 laps, I'll be honest with you.
Now, I don't make track temp, excuses, because if the track's slippery, you just drive safer. You should, but yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
I think what I mean is I think it threw him with a curveball, and I don't know that people really prepared for that, like, we
For
do.
sure. I mean, yeah, the track was 20 degrees hotter than what it has been in A Open all week. So,
So the
um,
guys that raced the NIS race probably had an advantage, I think.
well, if people know how to fix their cars when the track's hotter, have an advantage. People who don't know how to do that, um,
Or fix their
breaking out some
steering wheel and their
yellows.
throttle input.
That's a that's a fix too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, hopefully next week's better. It's a road course, so I'll be in the back or maybe not even running it. Who knows?
Well, I'll say this: it was entertaining watching you. I mean, we
Sure.
kept talking about you and Carson, and it was entertaining. We tried to keep something going there, and it was
Yeah.
fun watching Ian because that battle at the end. If you go back and watch that, it was entertaining that last 5 laps.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be interested to hear you guys call it. Um, I bet it was fun to see at least. A lot of action packed in between the cautions. So
My
if
voice
nothing
went up a
else, it
couple
was a show.
octaves.
I
Mine
bet.
did
I bet.
too. Mine did too.
Couple of
All right,
rednecks from
boys.
Virginia. Yeah, it's good talking to you, Matt Cox. Congrats on third place win. And as always, who do you want to thank? Got to give you a shout out.
I just want to thank you fellas for putting up with what we're doing there, and hopefully making it entertaining. We'll go back and watch and listen, and all the BMP boys that we race with all the time, all the fun we have. And once again, Chris, my bad, bro. I know you're gonna be pissed. I'm gonna go talk to you here in a minute. Um,
Yeah,
I got
he's over
nothing to
BMP.
say. I got nothing to say, man. I threw it. It wasn't there. I'm glad you didn't die. You got sixth. Sorry.
The
Maybe you
wor-
just jump over there and then drag him down to your own private channel and say, I'm sorry, and then leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I
is
don't
it
know. Maybe
is
I
it
need
the
to buy
world
him a
is it the world famous
coffee.
my bad bro? Is that what we
It
got
it
here?
really is. It's a big time. My bad, bro. It's it was there. I thought it was there. Miscalculated. I mean, it was still almost there. Um, and then yeah,
You feel
it
bad
wasn't
because if
there,
you know
and he was there.
Chris,
Exactly.
he is the nicest person, and he's
Yeah.
one of the more genuine people that you could expect to find. And
Yeah.
even if you piss him off, usually, or if you have a disagreement with him, he's literally right back talking to you the next night, usually.
Yeah.
So when you do make him mad or you do have a falling out with him, it does make you feel even worse.
Right. Like Jeff, if I'd have threw that move on you, it wouldn't have mattered.
No, you'd have been like, screw Jeff, get him out of the way.
Right.
Yeah. Well, right. I throw that Jeff throw that move on Jeff. Every day of the week and twice on Sundays. But
Yeah, I know.
it is what it is.
We'll see it Wednesday night. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about Wednesday night now. What a crap show that's
New
going to
aero
be. But
package, new tire. Yeah. Wednesday
oh
night's
yeah,
gonna
we're not
be
even going to have the same
a
car. Oh
not even
God,
the same car. It's gonna be a absolute mystery. We'll see what happens.
that ought to be good for the Moonshiners. You should tune
Yes,
into that,
sir.
Matty J.
I will tune into that. That's for sure. I want to see that.
All
Matter of
right,
fact, I
fellas.
might come drive.
I'm gonna get out of
You
here.
don't want to do that.
You guys can lament about it. I gotta go make amends with my boy. So I'll
Take it
holler at
easy.
you.
Take it easy, Matt. Thank you for your time.
Yep. Later.
All right, he's gonna go say my bad, bro, and we're gonna get ready to get on out of here. What a race it was, man.
Like I say, the overall, this is a good league. I feel bad that they strung out in some cautions, and I'm really not sure what the root cause there is. We have not seen caution-filled races like that in A Open this week. We have at other tracks, but we didn't this week. I'm not really sure what happened there. I really do feel like the track temp played a role in there, and people that didn't race a lot this week didn't stay up with the track, and that's what I really do. I mean, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't point at that. But again, those people got to make those adjustments. They got to either adjust the driver or they got to know how to adjust the pit stops and change tire pressure and move the weight jackers around a little bit or something.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy. It was fun to call with you.
It was fun. I hope Metler is hope these guys enjoyed the broadcast and a couple of rednecks doing some commentating.
There we go. Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you next time. And everyone, have a great night. Thank you, Metler, for bringing me on. Thank you to Sunday Night NASCAR and everything they've got going on for Redline Racing Network. It's been Matt and Jeff in the booth. Have a great night. Have a good one.
Oh,
man.
and we got to talk about this shout out to Tony
Oh,
Trapasso,
yep.
and I forget what Metler says. It's always, as Tony Trapasso would say, don't play in traffic, something like that.
Don't play in traffic and don't get hit by a tornado in a trailer park. There we go, Metler.
There you go. There we go. We can't get it right. I know it was something about playing in traffic, but Tony Trapasso is looking down on us, and he'll appreciate it nonetheless. We give him a shout out.
All right, boys and girls.